T-Bone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
Trying to tell a nice little story about Tara Reid.
Yeah, and you spend 5 minutes trying to remember where the location was, like it even mattered to the story.
I like how you pop in for one segment, you're going to give me shade.
Whoa!
Shade.
Shade.
He said that like Bill Raftery, just like, with a little kiss.
Oh, my.
Shade.
Hey, a little shade. Throwing it on him.
My sternum hurts.
I bet it does.
Featuring Panama Ted,
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall,
I love a good, thin meat.
and a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore.
Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
Happy Friday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
It is Football Friday.
Yeah.
We got UFL, right, Teddy? Come on. How you doing, Ted?
I'm doing good, Mike.
All right.
Yeah. Big weekend for the UFL. Week 2.
Spring football.
Yeah.
Excited about it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything you said.
I know.
I'm distracted here because have you heard about Paul Skenes? Go ahead. Did you set up the show? I didn't even hear.
It's Tool.
Tool of the week. You said Tool of the week. My bad.
Tool of the week.
Okay.
Friday, please get in touch with us at Man and Bone 971 on the X and text the burner phone 614-787-3093. Now you go.
I'm looking at GQ. Did you see the Livy Dunne?
I heard about it. I did not see it.
Well, here's how I came to know this, okay? And this is why I'm bringing it up to you, because Paul Skenes, who is the ace pitcher for the Pirates, stud. He's her, boyfriend, right? GQ did a feature on how they are just, the algorithm loves. This is Gen Z's it couple, Livy Dunne and Paul Skenes. Livy Dunne, the gymnast, Paul Skenes, the pitcher. And so I'm looking at this, and of course, Livy Dunne is she's great. She's doing everything right.
I'm looking at one of the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like, what is he, got an ascot on?
Yeah, they have him and her dressed up in various different, designer clothing. And so the way I came to see this was Paul Skenes was asked about it. And he said the following quote, which was that, I'm going to get some flack in the locker room for this. And he's probably right. It's baseball. There's going to be guys who are giving him flack. But what I would point to is like, yeah, guys, did you see the one, I'm a fashion icon now. I'm in GQ. But me and Livy Dunne are the reason that GQ is calling. I am with Livy Dunne.
Right.
If you guys think that's hilarious, that's fine. I think that's awesome. I think that's great.
Yeah. The difference is that he's not going into his accountant job.
No.
Saying, I'm with Livy Dunne.
You're right.
Chances are the guys in the clubhouse say, I'm also with someone equally as hot as Livy Dunne.
Yeah.
But I'm not posing for pictures with her. I just go home and we do it.
And he could look back at them and say, we got paid to do this too, right? We get paid to do all this.
Fair enough. Yes, that's right.
And by the way, if GQ's calling, so are all these other places. I'm sure Vanity Fair is next for you. But all these places.
I would just object on a couple different levels. First of all, if I'm Livy Dunne, like there's a picture of her I guess this is at their home?
I'm not sure where
someone's home.
It's a photo shoot. They just put you wherever to set whatever photos they wanted to do.
Okay, all right,
I'm guessing
fine.
it's not their house.
There's a picture of them in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
He's eating a bowl of pasta.
Yeah.
And she's just next to him, but she's wearing her LSU gymnastics outfit.
Yeah, they have a variety.
He's in his Pirates jersey in one of these too. I'd say, look, I'll put on whatever you want me to put on. I'm not putting the jersey on I'm going to pretend like I sit around wearing my jersey.
Oh, that's your problem.
Yeah.
That's interesting. No, I mean, she's wearing she doesn't wear her LSU gymnastics uniform
I would say, if I'm her, I say, I'm not wearing that. I'll wear anything you want me to wear. Trust me, I don't have any problems.
Well, it seems like a lot of the photos have a theme of one of them is dressed nicely and the other one is dressed in something relating to their sports. So it's like a back and forth thing where, like, there's another one where he is sitting around wearing the Pirates jersey with, like, a jacket and pants, and she's wearing a very nice outfit, and she's curled up in his arms, and it's a nice little couples photo. I'm just saying, it seems like that was the theme of this, was one of them is always in their gymnastics or baseball uniform.
I see.
But
I'm not reading the actual article. I'm just looking at the pictures.
Who's reading this article?
There's one where she's standing on the countertop in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume that this is not their house. Okay,
I'm presuming it's
all right,
not.
let's just say it's not.
Yeah,
but this is someone's house.
Yeah,
someone lives in this house, and a lot of times you can rent out your house for a photo shoot. You know, a production company rents out your house. You don't necessarily know what's being done in your house. You don't know what's going on.
That's a really loaded thing there.
Well, yes, it is. And I'm just saying maybe the owner of this house is just on social today. And it's like, that looks like my kitchen. She's standing on the countertops in my kitchen.
Sure.
Maybe they had no idea that Livy Dunne was in their house.
Well, fair enough. You know what? But that's better than, maybe late one night surfing on the internet and being like, oh, hang on a second. That's our couch.
That's my couch.
And it's just a little Carlos Baerga. Yeah, right. I'm saying of the things it could be, this is actually pretty good. Pretty tame, in my opinion.
I actually had a guy years ago at a radio station that I worked with. We had a leather couch in the lobby.
Yeah.
A black leather couch. And he told us, after he had had a few, that he once filmed his own adult video on that leather couch.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And he thought it was going to get a big laugh. Instead, we all, beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
We all sat on the leather
This is
couch.
disgusting. Like, I let one of my French fries fall on the couch, and I picked it up and ate it.
It's
Why wouldn't you tell
clean.
me? Why wouldn't
we
you tell me?
Scotch guard this crap, don't we?
Do you? I don't know. Let me tell you, if you're filming pornography.
Like how you said that?
Yeah.
Like you're 100.
If you're filming a porno on there, I'm guessing you're not Scotch guarding things because that's like you're just not that type of a person. You're not a very clean person, in my opinion.
There's one of her in the pool, jacuzzi, whatever.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
The one of her on the steps, it kind of highlights the height difference between the two of them because she's on the third step and she's just barely
she's a
taller
gymnast.
than him.
She's tiny.
I know, and he's a starting pitcher. He's a tall, lanky dude. Let him live.
I got a TXT.
Okay.
From, friend of the show, unofficial statistician of the show.
Your guy, Joe
Tardy, who this is the only thing the text says. The countertop photo is my pick to click. I said, I'm sorry. It just caught my eye.
Can of corn. Yeah, that's right. Pick to click.
Grab some bench. Pick to click.
That is all right. That countertop photo. She's doing okay. Although I don't know what's going on with the heels. The heels are weird, but I don't care.
Everybody assumes that men want to see women in heels. Like huge heels.
I'm not opposed to I don't.
Actually, when I watch some of those adult films, sometimes I say to myself, take off the heels.
Sure.
You look very uncomfortable, and they're unnecessary to the heart of the script.
I didn't know we would be on this topic, but since we are, when you're watching those films, and it does come to footwear, how do you feel about a sock being on? Because I'm always opposed.
I don't need I don't need any footwear.
Socks are weird because I feel like it's very hard for them to look clean.
Yeah,
and
true.
Once I see that they're dirty,
and if it's a black sock, I just think about Rimmer doing it. Because that's what he wears. Black socks with sandals. Hello?
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm sleeping with Larry King's sister-in-law / 7th wife.
I swear. I bought this Pete Rose book to read because it has the Rimmer anecdote. It doesn't name him, but it talks about him, Pete Rose, beating up a Montreal Expos reporter, as I think what it says.
Attempting to beat him up.
Attempting to, yeah. And then the team intervening and all that stuff. And I'm so excited to get to that part of this book. And I'm realizing it's so far in there. And I am such a slow reader because I've been reading it for 3 days. I'm like, where is it? And I bought this whole book to read this one page.
You still read.
Oh, I do.
Because I can't read anymore. I got the audio book. I'm spoiled for that.
I do listen to an audiobook, but I like to have, if I can, when I see the amount of pages, when I get halfway through a book and I look at where the bookmark is now, I feel very good. Often I fall asleep while reading. That's the other reason I do it. It helps me go to sleep.
All right. Should we do something?
No. I'm going to go see if Livy Dunne has done any more photo shoots.
I'm going to say the first segment of this show was equally as successful as Elvis Merzlikins last night. And maybe Dean Evison will wait until it's too late to give us the hook, too.
Oh, that's probably the case.
You were terrible in the 3 o'clock hour, but I'm going to yank you at 5:30. Too late, Dino.
Too late.
Too late. All right. Jackets bad. Baseball bad. It's all bad. And Livy Dunne is not bad. Livy Dunne not bad.
Great.
Good.
Good to great.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 10-minute slowdown due to construction that's on westbound 70 on the west side near Hilliard-Rome Road. And watch for a disabled vehicle that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 270 on the north outer belt at 315. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Hey, Ohio State fans, while others cut corners like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil changes Buckeye-level quality. And you can stay in your car while their experts do the work. Drive in today. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Look, there's feelings and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 15th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Feeling unsure about preparing your roof for spring storms? Newman Roofing is here for you. For over 30 years, we've helped homeowners understand their roof's condition so they can make the best decision for their home. Stop worrying and call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Skyline nachos are back, and now there's a spicy version. Get them with Skyline's cheddar or habanero cheese, topped with fiery jalapeno slices. But hurry, Skyline's regular and new spicy nachos are only at participating restaurants for a limited time.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Picture this. You walk into a Tim Hortons and get a warm toasted English muffin or a buttery biscuit layered with fluffy fresh cracked eggs, melty cheese, and savory sausage or bacon. Now imagine that breakfast sandwich for just $3 when you buy any size coffee, hot or cold, because when you're running on empty, you want a breakfast that does more than just fills you up. So start your morning with Tim's, because you deserve a breakfast that's as good as your day is going to be. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer valid only during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Additional terms apply.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, did you know that the college basketball championship game is coming?
That's right. And you want to go to HollywoodColumbus.com to reserve a table and guarantee your spot for that, for the draft watch party, all kinds of good stuff. You know what draft?
What draft?
All the draft.
We can't say it, but it's a big draft.
Plus, with their Tea Time giveaway, you could win a golf cart or $10,000 in pen slot play Sunday, April 27th.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
April 6th at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Rewards members get $5 off an acai bowl or an acai bowl with Nutella. Log into the app on April 6th to redeem your rewards. Terms and conditions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at more rain and storms returning this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Flooding will be another concern through this evening and into tonight as those rain showers continue. As we get into Saturday, more showers, more storms, high near 70. Some could be gusty, but rain remains our biggest concern. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Murdering brain cells, one show at a time. Back to Man and Bone.
Happy Friday. It is Tool of the Week Friday. Send us an X message at Man and Bone 971. Send us a text message. 614-787-3093. Jackets crapped themselves in a 7-3 loss to the Avs last night. Elvis was the perfect combo of bad and a baby. And unfortunately, he's been both of those things far too often in a Blue Jacket uniform.
Well, on the baby side of things with Elvis, I was one of those people, the first time I remember, I don't know how many years ago that's been now, where he had a meltdown and then smashed his stick on the, on top of the goal and then had to skate over and get another stick. And I remember talking with Rimmer, I think the next day or the day after, and Rimmer was just like, you don't do this. That's not a thing you do in hockey. And I didn't grow up in the hockey world. I didn't grow up in a rink. I haven't played hockey. So in my mind, I thought, well, this shows passion. This guy's frustrated. We've seen starting pitchers have little, they throw the rosin bag down. They give up a big home run. They scream at themselves, whatever. They're mad. I could see a goalie having that type of reaction, but that's also something that is in the world of hockey not done. How many times have we seen him do this now? Where he has it's not only being bad, but then that moment where you kind of almost in a way, I guess it's viewed as like showing up your teammates. He's been told multiple times in this organization that's not acceptable by previous regimes and the current one. I'm quite sure.
I forget, we talked about it. I don't know if it was with Rimmer or somebody else, but it was a conscious effort on the team's behalf this offseason to get him to be a better teammate, him being Elvis. And some of that has to do with, making sure that you show your teammates their effort is appreciated. This is not, we talk about the offensive linemen get taken care of by their running backs and their quarterbacks, right? Because they're protecting them. And they are, but this is also a situation where you have defensemen, not just defensemen, all players do this. They will lay down. They will lay down on the ice and take a slapper to the neck, right? Blocking shots in order to help the team, protect the goalie, all that crap. Now, yes, it's ultimately self-serving, I guess, because you get credit for doing that. You win games. You get paid money. Yes.
You get credit for taking the shot to the neck from the puck. Yes, you do get credit for that. You also get the welt or the bruise or the broken vertebrae or whatever comes of that. That's all what you get when you do that. But so it is a big sacrifice.
I guess something that Elvis was not known to do is, tap those guys on the skate, say something to them in the intermission, let them know the effort's appreciated. Yeah, this is something that's done quite often, and he's not used to doing that. They worked on him doing that. I talked to somebody last offseason, not Jeff Rimmer.
Okay.
I always feel the need to say that because I don't want to get Rims in trouble. But I do have other people that I talk to. Sometimes they return my calls.
Good.
And we were talking about the Line situation, obviously, who wound up going away. And I said, is Line a problem in that dressing room? Obviously, he wasn't there for a long stretch of time last year because he was dealing with other stuff. But this person told me there's two people in that dressing room that if they were to leave today, Not one person would feel badly about it. Patrick Laine is one of them, and Elvis is the other one.
Yeah. Well, and Laine being gone seems like the team has been a little bit of a different mentality this year. I feel like with Elvis, you all that stuff we talked about with the not showing appreciation, not being a good teammate, all those other things would be more tolerated if your save percentage was, I don't know, north of had a 9 in front of it. That might start you to feeling a little bit better about that. If he wasn't in the, not even bottom half, he's out of the top 40 when it comes to save percentage this year among goalies in the NHL.
He's not out of the top 40 when it comes to his yearly salary, though. I'll tell you that.
His AAV is top 11 or top 10, somewhere around there. So that fourth goal, I think, typifies him, because that was one, if I remember correctly, that was tied 3-3, and then I forget who it was for Colorado that fires one. I mean, they're just inside the blue line, and he had all day to look at that thing, and he just whiffed on it. Again, for an NHL goaltender, you make that save 99 times out of 100. This was the one for him. He didn't make it. But it happens. You have a moment like that. Best goalies in the world have that moment. It's fine. What do you do after that is what matters. And what does he typically do when he has one or two of those goals that he gives up that are howlers?
Pouts.
He doesn't recover.
Right.
And that's where I feel like it's not that you gave up that goal. It's that the team also probably has gotten to a point now where they know, it might be time for the meltdown. That happens with him, and it did last night. And that, so more than, slamming your stick and all that stuff, that's just the final nail in your coffin. But it's the fact that he doesn't recover from his baby moment or his bad moment, and then he turns into a baby. That's the part that everyone, of course, in the organization gets frustrated with, I would guess, looking on it from the outside in.
Another thing that I hear a lot from certain Blue Jacket fans, whenever somebody young who was drafted by Yarmo does something well, it's why you got to give Yarmo credit.
Got to give Yarmo credit.
I don't have to give Yarmo credit, first of all, because there are quite a few draft picks that are doing nothing. How's David Juracek working out for this team? How's Sonny Milano working out for this team? I still don't know if Cole Sillinger's any good. We think Kent Johnson is good. I'm just saying, I don't have to give Yarmo credit for anything. You know what I really don't give him credit for? Some of the contracts that are on this team. You got Elvis under a contract that they can't move. Trust me, they'd love to.
Yeah.
They'd love to move him. I find it hard to believe that he's going to be on this roster next offseason, but then again,
we said that
last offseason. So you got Elvis on a contract that sucks. It looks like you have Severson on a contract that sucks. You're healthy scratching one of the highest paid guys on the team. You got Goodbranson on a contract that is much too high for what he brings to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, these were also all Yarmo moves.
Yeah, it's almost like some of them he got right, some of them he got wrong, as opposed to he is just the most brilliant GM in the history of the world.
No,
and
but
we got to give him credit.
For some people, what we should do is keep Yarmo forever and Tortorella forever.
I don't.
And by that standard, we would be, we'd be right there knocking on the door of that 8th seed pretty much every single year.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I also think with the Yarmo thing, it might be worth mentioning. Did Yarmo have a lot of times where he was picking top 5? Oh, that's right, he did. Because a lot of the time he was here, that's how bad the team was. So, yeah, he had some moments where he had some top 5, top 10 picks. You have a lot of first-round picks. Go figure. You do hit on some of them. You get some good players. You also whiffed on a few of those, too. Let's not forget. So, I'm over that whole thing with Yarmo where people will still bring that up.
But
fine.
people still bring it up. That's the problem.
No, but you're not living in reality then. And that's fine. You can choose to not live in reality. But meanwhile, what I know is this team has been this season better than anticipated.
There's a lot of upside on this team, man. I'm excited about the future of this team.
Of course.
I'm telling you, if this team's going to take the next level, and I sure hope that they do, and even if they don't make the playoffs this year, it's not the end of the world. They're playing with house money. But if this team's going to take the next level, it will not be with Elvis Merzlikins.
No.
Mark it down.
No, I think they will, as soon as they can, and to whatever level they can this offseason, they will make every effort to probably move on from him and shore up the goaltending in some other way. You have to. But
if not, find a guy who just doesn't piss people off so much.
Well, no kidding, right? But what you also have to do is consider the fact that this Jackets team right now is essentially in their playoffs because we know where they stand. We know what the stakes are. We know how close this race was. It's not really close now. Jackets are every day looking like they're going to be more and more on the outside of the playoffs. But this is the pressure that this team feels is the pressure you feel in the playoffs, right? They are going up against teams who have some of that makeup, who have been in the playoffs and had success. And you are seeing how if you don't have a goalie who can be trusted, right? That was the problem in this one. But also, younger guys learning how to do it in big moments. They have had to struggle and learn through that. This shows you the makeup of this team right now. As good as it's been, there's a level up they have to get to become a playoff caliber team, and that's fine. But that means this offseason, and I think Don Waddell and company will do this, you got to be clear-eyed about what's on your roster and what's not. And what's not right now is a starting level goaltender.
Not, one thing is the fault of a 7-3 loss. We get that. But you had this Avalanche, we talked about it yesterday. This Avalanche team came in, they got in at like noon yesterday. They played the night before in Chicago, couldn't get out, storms. They're sitting on the tarmac at 9:30 in the morning. They get into Columbus at their hotel at about noon. Then they have to go play a game at 7:30. You've got the upper hand. You got a sold-out crowd.
Yeah.
Right, a capacity crowd ready for you, cheering for you, and you lay an egg. You were up 3-2 midway through the second period, and you crapped your pants. A lot of that's on Elvis. Some of that's on defensive mistakes. That's the other thing, too, is that Elvis mistakes are going to happen, right? You're going to give up the puck. You're going to miss an assignment. Every defenseman is a human being. Now, you hope to minimize those things. Jackets, by the way, have pretty good defensemen, okay?
Yeah.
But even they are going to lose someone. They're going to give up a puck they didn't mean to, all right? Elvis almost takes it personally when that happens. Not, now that sucks. I'm going to pick up my guys. He's almost going to pout and give you a glare. How dare you set me up to fail?
Yeah. I've seen it sometimes with goalies where I've seen it in soccer. I know they're different sports, but sometimes you will see a guy where someone puts a shot up and you'll see the soccer goalie just kind of look at it and go, there's no way that's going in. And then when it does, he's like, oh, what was I supposed to do? I didn't think that would go in. And it's like, you're supposed to make an attempt, dude. That's your job. You're supposed to lay out for it. Sometimes with Elvis, it feels like we're getting the hockey version of that, which is, well, this guy, no one's trying to take the puck off his stick. What am I supposed to do with that? It's like, you're supposed to make the save. You're supposed to, and he does sometimes, but you are supposed to make those big saves late in moments, in tight games, late in the season where you're fighting for a playoff spot. That's the difference between being a top 10 guy in this league, like you're paid, and a guy who's barely not even really statistically in like a starting level goalie role when you look at all his numbers.
I'm also quite sure that, when Elvis comes out, one of his meandering attempts to play the puck and it doesn't work out and he gives up a goal because he's in the bad position, Werenski's not coming up to him and giving the, what did you do that for, dumbass look.
Oh, yeah, because he's a leader on the team.
Right, I'm just saying.
By the way, you don't have to have a letter on your sweater to be a leader, right? And I wish Elvis got that. I wish again, we've had that with other guys too, but Elvis is the one that's like, you don't have to be the leader. You don't have to be the captain. You don't have to be any of that. You can just have some leadership qualities about you, which includes don't throw your guys under the bus when it doesn't go your way on a certain night.
Very inappropriate women are coming to your TV. Details in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to find traffic is a little slow on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 east and west split. And we've got a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by COSI, Center of Science and Industry. Ready to experience the ultimate shark adventure at COSI? It opens April 12th, where you'll be able to see life-size shark models, discover real fossils, and explore interactive exhibits, and discover the truth about this ancient and fascinating group of fishes, included with general admission. Tickets on sale now at COSI.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. discount? They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about 10 grand in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The dumb is strong with this show. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your stupid audio. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friend Care Heating and Cooling. So tonight, women's Final Four. Where are they playing this? Tampa? Is that right?
Sounds right, yeah.
Texas and South Carolina. That is at 7 o'clock. And then UConn and UCLA. That is the late game scheduled at about 9:30, but who the hell knows? One thing that we will also have tonight is an alternate broadcast featuring commentary from Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, two women's basketball legends. And they gave us such wonderful comments as this last year.
The length of the cocks is long.
Now, maybe if you're saying, well, you just disgusting perverts, you're looking for stuff. She's clearly talking about the Gamecocks, and, women like this are not immature like you on this show. Here's a couple other.
It's a game of inches, ask the Cox.
Right? Maybe that's just an accident, too. Just explaining basketball.
Yeah, it is a game of inches, Mike.
It is a game of inches, and you tell me if this was an accident.
And they're taking those inches. Do you take those inches? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Here's
I'm going to watch that tonight.
Here's what I think we should frame all of this up in, because sometimes maybe people hear that and they're like, I didn't know women could be ribald like that. Well, one, you're dumb.
No one's saying
you're
that,
dumb.
man.
Right. What year are you from? The 1800s? But also, you should keep in mind, what you're listening to are athletes. Athletes are in locker rooms. If you think that in a women's locker room they don't also have jokes and they don't make dumb jokes like we all do,
bows and pillow fights. That's not what it is.
Yeah, go figure. Everybody's not like reading poetry and passing out flowers to each other. They're jocks. They're female jocks. They're jocks. I'm just telling you. Sometimes people get that twisted and don't remember that. That's what's going on. But what's going to be fun tonight is my oldest is 14. This is the tournament for her.
Yeah,
the women's basketball tournament. This year, she said, I'm all in. And once the Ohio State women got knocked out, she said the team she is watching is, go figure, UConn. Pretty good. She's
they're a 2 seed, though.
Oh, they're yeah, I know. They're not the 1 seed.
I'm just saying.
Oh, this UCLA game for them is UCLA is the team I think may be the best team in this tournament. They are unbelievably good. You
got healthy Paige Beckers, though. She's playing out of her mind.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Viv is a fan of Paige Beckers, and she has been watching and enjoying Paige Beckers and is rooting for her and all that stuff. And so she is also a big Sue Bird fan. So if that broadcast, is that just for the South Carolina game, or is it for both of them?
I think it's for both.
I'm telling you right now, Viv is going to come away learning some new lingo, I think, by the end
I think
of
it's for all the games, Final Four and the championship game.
Yeah, because we'll be watching the if she finds out that Sue, when she will, I'll tell her that Sue Bird is doing a broadcast involving Paige Beckers, that's the game she'll be watching right there.
These two should do a podcast together.
I'm sure they have.
I'd listen to a Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi podcast. Yeah. In my mind, it would be like what Shannon and Ocho do.
Absolutely right, it would
Let me tell you something, Ocho. Ooh! Ooh! That's right.
Did you hear Ocho talking about how he got a little extension?
No.
Oh yeah, he said
pee-pee?
He says that he was having a time with a companion, lady companion, and apparently, I can't really say what he said because it's too graphic, but he essentially realized he wasn't adequate enough.
She said that to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
he has said that I don't know how many years ago this was. He said that caused him to go get some surgery done to fix the issue.
Can they really do that?
I have no idea.
Look, I know they have those stupid ads because they're fed to me.
Yeah.
Because I frequent those websites where it's like, take this pump and thank me later. And it's like the Nike Air Pump for your dong. That stuff's a bunch of snake oil, though, isn't it?
I'm guessing you can't just, Arnold Schwarzenegger yourself into, all of a sudden you've grown whatever level of inches. But what
I'd be getting like the bicycle pump.
Yeah. Like I didn't know the surgery was just, you walk down to the doctor and be like, Doc, I was thinking, what do you think we go 3 to 5? And he's like, sure, adding 3 to 5. You maybe determine.
No, you can't make it.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know. What I do know is,
everything.
I know they can reduce it by that much because I had that done.
I'm sure you did. I want to have mine reduced all the way. Smooth. Ken doll.
You want them to take the balls too, though.
I want everything
You want
gone.
it all gone.
I have no use for it at this point in my life. I want it all gone. I've already had the insides taken care of. I can't reproduce anymore. Thank God
when
for
you
that.
say the inside's taken care of, you mean they just soldered off like the parts that connect one tube is burnt off. It's not like they removed everything.
No, I wish they would.
You still have gametes. I don't know.
What's gametes?
Gametes and testes? I don't know. I feel like that was in an anatomy textbook. I'm not quite sure what's happening on my own body, let alone anyone else's.
Baseball. Reds have lost 3 straight games, 1-0. I actually asked Teddy yesterday, when was the last time the Reds lost back-to-back 1-0 games?
And
I didn't get an answer.
No,
but I can tell you that the Cincinnati Reds, the oldest team in Major League Baseball, have, since the live ball era started, have never lost 3 straight 1-0 games until they did it last night against Nestor the Molester.
Only 2 teams, have done that. The 1960 Phillies as well did that. So
that was the Brewers, right? That Nestor's playing for now.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, you saw
he's
the
really
Yankees.
good unless he's playing for the Yankees with the torpedo bat.
Remember when he went up against the Yankees and everyone thought the torpedo bat was going to have to be outlawed because of how much they just destroyed him?
Well, that was a long time ago.
Come on. First of all, this is his second start of the season.
That's right.
He's not going to get humiliated in his second start of the season. He probably had a bunch of rosin in places, getting extra grip on that ball, paying off the umpires so they let him have sticky stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can't go 0 for 2 there. That's not good for the Reds right now.
Teddy, there's a couple ways to think about this. As a big Reds fan, you can say, well, it's early. I still believe in the core of this team, and they'll snap out of this, and it's all going to be ancient history. I mean, we just saw them score 14 runs on Monday. Or it's, I'm crapping my pants now. Oh, my God. What are we going to do? This is a terrible baseball team.
I wouldn't say they're a terrible baseball team because
pitching well.
Yes, exactly. If you look at the other side, they're pitching really well. They've only given up 1 run in 3 straight games.
That's you'd take that 9 times out of 10, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Here's where I'm at. It's in between both of you. And it is this. If the Reds do turn it around, it's early. They're still a good ball club, Teddy. And let's say they start to piece together their season the way that we think that they should, or Reds fans hope that they should. Let's say it that way. If you get into September and they are like 4 games out of the wild card or something like that, or 3 games out, you're going to look at these specific games and say, boy, if they had just managed 2 runs in each of these games, they're in a much different spot. I know that it's not that there's one of those games because you have those. They will have games where they will be the ones eking out a 1-0 victory against a powerful lineup that does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, usually you'll see.
It'll balance out to a degree, but it's hard to forget when you lose 3 in a row like that. And was it the Reds haven't done that, or no one hasn't done that since like 1960?
One other team. Only one other team has done it.
Okay. Yeah. So this is what we're talking about, how rare that is. These are what you will remember in September if it somehow is close. And then you miss it by a couple games.
Yeah, because you see, there'll be this stat that pops up like in August, and it'll be like, the Reds are 6-15 in one-run games,
right,
and say the Cubs, they're chasing them, and the Cubs will be like 15-6 in one-run games, and then that's the difference.
And that'll be your difference right there, yeah. So that's why I do understand people freaking out about this, because it's BS. This should not be what your team is doing.
But I think a lot of people are blaming the wrong person. A lot of people are blaming Terry Francona for this. I just want to say something. That guy who's in the dugout right now is not Terry Francona.
Oh.
Terry Francona is somewhere else riding his Vespa. If we peel the rubber face off of that guy, Zach Taylor is coaching this team. That's why the Reds have started out this way. Because Zach Taylor, I feel so sorry for those hillbillies down there.
Oh, I know.
You got the Bengals who can't start a season at all. And you can clearly look back, and the reason why you didn't make the playoffs is right there, because the way you start. And look, this Reds team is obviously not done. It's April 4th. But what's the old adage, T-Bone? You're not going to win a pennant in April, but you sure as hell can lose one.
Yep.
Now, we're a long way away from talking about that, but these are 3 really frustrating games, and, of course, they happen on 3 consecutive days.
Does feel like if Zach Taylor was secretly coaching in his Terry Francona outfit and mask, they would be losing like 14-12. They would be losing with a lot of offense and no pitching or defense to speak of. But your point is well taken. They're starting like the Bengals do every single year, and that's frustrating.
Ryan Day with another commit. Details coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the 2 right lanes on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt after 71. And we've got some stop-and-go traffic on eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil changes Buckeye-level quality. And you can stay in your car while their experts do the work. Drive in today. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Yeah, boss asked us to get the Ohio Lottery kiosks ready for the new $20 scratch-off, $2 million extreme cash. With $38 million in total prizes, we had to go big. We had cup holders, monster truck tires, even installed air horns in case somebody reveals the extreme symbol and wins every prize on the scratch-off. Boss thinks the light show's a bit much, but gotta celebrate $2 million top prize winners somehow. So yeah, play $2 million extreme cash from the Ohio Lottery. And if you can tell my boss I did a good job, that'd be cool too. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Look, there's feelings, and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is, you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, priority access to Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Act now. Visit bluejackets.com/tickets.
Anthony Rothman here for Tel Ohio. Tel Ohio Credit Union has been financing dreams and fueling the local economy for 90 years. And as the #1 SBA lender among Ohio credit unions, learn why more than 3,000 business owners trust Tel Ohio. Visit telohio.org/business.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and spring is here, and it's time to refresh your yard with Ohio Mulch. With 15 convenient locations in Central Ohio, it's easier than ever to get mulch ready for the season. Now through April 5th, get 5 bags of red, black, or brown mulch for just $10.95. Need it delivered? No problem. Save $50 on home delivery when you order online. Visit OhioMulch.com today and spruce up your yard with the best.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay -108 than -110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Listen to this show or go to hell. This is Man and Bone.
It is Tool of the Week Friday. Send in your Twitter tools at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. Whatever you do, do not look at your financial investments this week.
Why?
A little public service to you. Not that I just saw Dom out there polishing up his noose.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's
No.
not good times out there right now.
No. Hey, commitment for Ohio State. Now, it's not a 5-star guy, but sometimes you need a local guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who you like. CJ Sana. Is Sana his name? Sanna.
Yeah, Sana sounds right.
Sana. Linebacker from Lewis Center. He plays at Olentangy Berlin. 3-star guy. He has committed to Ohio State. 2026 class.
Okay. Yeah, that's well, let's take that and say that's good. Me having seen none of his games, I'm going to say he's awesome.
Here's what I say. If Laurinaitis likes him, he's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's right. I think for the next at least 12 months, maybe 9 months, right? The season will happen between now and then, but for the next few months anyway, the coaching staff that won a national championship, if they think a guy is good, I'm going to say we're going to go with that and say they're good. We're ready for it.
6'3", 225, made 97 tackles, including 7 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, and 1 quarterback murder.
Oh, is that?
He murdered a quarterback.
Right there on the field.
Yep.
Good. I mean, not good, but,
according to 24/7 Sports, he is the country's number 41 linebacker and the number 22 prospect in Ohio. All right, God bless.
That's because his recruiting sites don't know anything. He's actually number 1 in both. He's better than everyone.
Bruce Pearl and Rick Pitino will share AP Coach of the Year. That's never happened before. There's never been a tie, but they're going to share it. Congratulations to them.
Fascinating. I wonder. I don't know the rules. I mean, did they just had the votes and it just came down to a dead even tie and that's it?
I guess.
Well, why don't we vote again? It's a voted on thing, right? If you're an AP voter, I'm sure you get to vote on this and decide.
What, it's like American Idol? It's like different stages of voting? No, they voted. It was a tie. Share the award.
No, I mean, come on. This is America. We got to have a winner.
You make 2. It's not like there's going to be one trophy and they spend half the week at Bruce Pearl's house and the other half at Rick Pitino's house.
Can't have a tie ever, I'm told. Ties are bad. Can't have a tie.
What? Sometimes what happens in divorce is you ask the kids where they want to live. You ask the trophy where it wants to go.
Oh.
Maybe it perks up and answers you.
Well, come on. Between the two of those guys, where the trophy would rather live.
I don't know.
It's not at Rick Pitino's house. I guarantee you that.
I mean, Bruce Pearl, he's probably out having barbecues and,
Yeah.
and fighting like Aaron Kraft over.
No, but
just having
that's,
a
see,
good old
wait, hold
time.
on. But see, Teddy, that's totally different. That's just like, hey, you know what? I'm trying to get ahead of the NIL before the NIL was even a thing. You know, and NIL was just a glimmer in Bruce Pearl's eye. That's what he was thinking,
Pitino's getting prostitutes for his team.
Yeah, I'm saying
indirectly,
that's
of course.
No, but that's a different level, right? I'm saying Rick Pitino is like a ghoul when he comes out. The trophy's like, hi, Rick, congrats, you won
you're
me.
right. Bruce Pearl, he's really on the cover of GQ.
Compared to Rick Pitino,
I
he
don't
is.
know. It's all in the eye of the beholder.
I'm telling you
A
right
little sloppy.
now. Oh, I'm telling you, there's no question for me. If I'm asked between the two of them,
Your ass.
no, I'm asked.
Oh.
Asked by one of those two. Who do you want to ride home with? I'm riding home with Bruce Pearl. That's what I'm
Bruce
saying.
Pearl looks like the illegitimate son of former Lions coach Wayne Fonts.
Sure, I can
Yes,
see it.
he
I can see
does.
the
I-
resemblance. a little bit.
They both have a Fred Flintstone type of vibe to them.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just telling you, I think Pearl's got a little bit more. One, if there was a fight between those two, Bruce Pearl would disassemble Rick Pitino, right?
Maybe.
Have you looked at these two humans?
I understand, but look,
Pearl's built like
a
a
Star Wars.
He's built like a stump.
I'm
he's just so strong.
I'm a big Star Wars guy. You know
I know
that.
you are a big buff of that.
What was the one Star Wars where like Yoda's coming into the fight scene and he can barely walk and he's old and Yoda.
That's one of the prequels. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. Then the scene starts and he's like flipping all over the place. He's a total ninja.
You think
maybe Rick Pitino's
doing
like
that?
maybe he is.
Maybe
Sweep the leg.
Maybe he's flexible. I'll give you that. I don't think Bruce is probably the most flexible basketball coach out there. But if Pitino's doing Pilates or yoga or something, then maybe you're right.
There was a guy who played Major League Baseball. He's a very fast guy. He stole a lot of bases. His name's Juan Pierre.
Okay.
Remember Juan Pierre?
I remember Juan Pierre, of course.
Yeah, Juan Pierre. Even at the height of his Speedy Gonzalez-ness, stealing bases, going first to third like nobody's business, he didn't run hard or fast unless he was running on the base paths. Like if you watched him sort of jog to first base after a walk or something like that, it looked like he had the knees of a 200-year-old man and a load of crap in his adult diaper. Like he looked like Sean Casey looked at full speed.
Sure.
Right?
Gotcha.
Just like, I don't know if I can make it down to first base. And then when he got on first base, lightning bolt. Like you couldn't catch him.
Yeah.
That's
Lightning
Rick
McQueen.
Pitino.
I don't think so. I'm going to say I understand what you're saying about Juan Pierre. I don't think it translates to the crypt keeper himself, Rick Pitino.
He can hand those women off really quick, though, and they get pregnant.
I tell you what. He has some kind of mojo, right? Because
back in the day, he was a very attractive man. Pitino.
Let's not use very attractive. He was
Go back to him when he was coaching the Knicks.
I know what he looks like. I've seen Rick Pitino a million.
I know you think you know what he looks like. Go back to Pitino coaching the Knicks. He's like a Al Pacino. He's just a Andy Garcia type of character.
No, he looks like if you bought Karl Ravitch at a reputable store. Like a Von Mauer Karl Ravitch is what he looked like. More handsome.
He's better than Karl Ravitch.
Yeah, but not by much. I'm not saying it's a lot better than that. Come on. I'm looking at a young photo of him right here.
Rick Pitino, Knicks. Google it, Teddy.
Rick Pitino, I watched him when he coached the Knicks. I know what he looked like. I have a memory.
You know who would hate this segment?
Who's that?
Tyvis Powell.
Why?
Because he can never admit when a man is attractive.
What's wrong with admitting that Rick Pitino had some he was actually
nothing's wrong with this. Why we're doing it.
Rick Pitino looks older when he was with the Knicks than he does now.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does. He does. I don't think he looks more distinctive now than he did with the Knicks. I give you that.
He's a good-looking man.
Well, whatever. He's fine.
You know what I always thought was a good-looking
Bruce
man?
Pearl, I'm telling you that.
Dom Taberry.
Yeah, Dom's handsome. He's on television. What do you think? They put handsome people on television. That's the job. Got to look good to be on TV.
I told Dom, though, he looks better with a little bit of weight on him. He's like, I got to lose the weight. I got diabetes. I said, come on. Well, call their bluff. Take a foot off. Who cares?
Call their bluff. Take a foot off. Okay. You first. Just always with the advice. Just, you know what you should do? Just lop it off.
I said earlier on the show, take my genitals right off.
I know, but that's you. Most people would never say that because they don't want to do that. Most people don't want to eat human flesh. You would be served 2 for 1 with that. You'd lop off.
I'm still upset you didn't get your appendectomy
I
and
know.
then bring your diseased appendix in for me to make a fajita.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got photos of it. Didn't look appetizing.
You didn't show me the photo.
Yeah, I got it. They stick
Is it
it
on your phone?
No.
Oh.
They gave us like a printout.
Oh, magnet on the fridge?
It was on like cardstock. It was like they wanted us to send it to someone like, look at that. Merry Christmas. Save this for next year.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Well, it looked like something in there.
Fat Boy Food Tap. Coming up next, Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to find construction is causing a 20-minute delay on westbound 70 on the west side near Hilliard Rome Road. And you're looking at a couple minutes slowdown on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with M-Perks at Meijer. Some delicious blueberries, money saved. A creamy treat of cookie dough ice cream, that's money saved. Savings, savings, savings. Because every dollar spent is also 10 points earned in M-Perks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip or up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meijer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See mperks.com for details.
Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye-level quality. We train hard and treat every day like game day. We're always quick, but never rushed. And you can stay in your car while our experts do the work. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit valvoline.com/Buckeyes to find your nearest location and access exclusive fan savings.
At Twin Peaks, one of the things we know best is beer. Celebrate National Beer Day on April 7th with one of our signature taps. Local crafts, ales, lagers, and seasonals. We have them all ready at a teeth-chattering 29 degrees, served in 22-ounce mugs. Cheers!
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, three-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining Life Search to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to LifeSearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. Life Search featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit LifeSearch.com today.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Anthony. Of course, I sit and do the show 3 hours a day. But after that, I'm looking to get things done, enjoy the spring weather. So I want to be on my feet a lot, playing golf, working out, just moving around. I was introduced to the Good Feet store because my feet were aching way too often. And what I found there is a 3-step custom arch support system that has me feeling awesome. My personally fit arch supports have helped realign my feet, reposition my body into a more ideal position, and not only that, strengthen my feet to help support me. It's made all the difference in how I feel every day. The Good Feet store is going to help you where you need relief and find the arch supports that work best for you. And when you wear them as a system, their arch supports are more effective at long-term pain reduction and elimination. So go in, take the free test walk. Good Feet arch supports are immediately available. Their products are proudly made in the USA. They're on Polaris Parkway and on Stringtown Road in Grove City or at goodfeet.com.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Ohio State adding another verbal commitment for the 2026 recruiting class. That comes from three-star linebacker CJ Sana from Olentangy High School. Baseball, Cleveland Guardians start a three-game series in Anaheim against the Los Angeles Angels tonight. Guardians trying to snap a three-game skid, as are the Cincinnati Reds, who are in Milwaukee again this evening. Reds have dropped all three of their last games by identical scores of 1-0. Columbus Clippers at home with a doubleheader with St. Paul tonight. Auburn's Bruce Pearl and Rick Pitino of St. John's today named co-winners of the AP College Basketball Coach of the Year award. Meanwhile, Duke's Cooper Flagg was named the AP Player of the Year, the fourth freshman to receive the honor. The NCAA Women's Final Four tonight in Tampa. Texas against South Carolina, and UConn meeting UCLA. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
No college education, and it shows. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Tool of the week. Coming up at 5:30. Send us your X tools at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. I think it's some pizza tonight.
Yeah?
I mean, that's not a stretch. I get pizza most nights, but thinking of doing something off the radar. I think Fish said he was doing Black Dog tonight.
Oh, yeah. I've had, we had that during Pizza Madness.
We've had all of it, Bone.
I know. I was just gonna
Except
say,
you have not had Torritas.
I know I haven't, and I gotta make a point to do that. I can't tonight because I have to go right up to Marysville to get the kids because we got stuff happening.
Who was I just talking to? Who went and had it? Was it Timmy?
Timmy's been going around getting food. I saw he went to Marion's yesterday out in Dayton. Also, he did that in the Bill's Donuts.
He took a ride, I think, to the Hoosiers gym.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's got his nephew with him, so he can ruin another kid's life.
Yeah. The Hoosiers gym is iconic. It's beautiful. Small.
Should we do food?
Yeah, let's do food.
Maybe I should wait till I have my thing.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah?
You know what I really think would be good?
What?
Is if we did a little Fat Boy food.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
Here's what I've learned. We can only take fried chicken seriously if we attach some sort of region to it.
Okay.
Like Kentucky Fried Chicken, right?
All right.
Popeyes is Mardi Gras, Louisiana, all that stuff.
Yep.
Are you aware that they rebranded Church's Chicken to Church's Texas Chicken?
Oh, I believe I remember hearing there be talk about that, but I haven't actually seen all the marketing for it.
Yes, Church's Texas Chicken is about to hit a new market. By the way, is Church's Texas Chicken headquartered in Atlanta, as they should be.
What even is Texas Chicken?
I don't know.
Other places chicken.
But apparently we did market research, and we have to have a region associated with chicken or no one will buy it. They're about to introduce their product to the UK.
Oh.
They're going to expand.
Okay.
Now, the British people, they love their fried chicken. There's lots of KFC. There's lots of Popeyes in the UK. And so now Church is saying, we're going to take our Texas recipe. We're going to go right in.
Now, I don't hate on churches. I just know that there aren't as many of them around as there are some of these other brands, right?
There used to be more.
Yes.
Here, at least.
But they weren't as successful because people, I think, had them and said, it's fine. It's not these other places. I wonder.
Maybe they changed the it's Texas.
Well, I know it's Texas now. What if they go to England and England is like, oh my, this is the greatest. This is the new American fried chicken place. And it's from Texas. Y'all. And they laugh as they try to say y'all. What happens if you go over to England and it's like, oh my gosh, are you from America? The land of churches? And then we have to tell them like, oh yeah, it's like fourth or fifth on the chicken list. It's not high up there. It's not the number one place. I wonder if that would be a thing. And I also wonder, how often does that happen with us? Where we hear about places from other countries that come here and we think, oh, I'm getting the real authentic thing. And then you go to the place where it's actually from. They're like, nah, that's just kind of one of them. It's not great.
Though, in fairness to churches, I've not had it in years. I'd love to do a side-by-side taste test.
I'm with you. Let's get some churches and let's try it out. I want to try this Texas chicken that apparently is so great. Mike, are you aware of the celebrities?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Celebrities
I've heard of all of them.
Celebrities, they're just like us. Did you know that?
They're not.
They're just like us. No, they're just like us. And this is another way where they're just like us.
I'm a celebrity.
You are?
I got a big, giant hemorrhoid right now, man.
Why does that make you...
It took like 3/4 of the roll of toilet paper to get it done this morning.
Get it?
I'm just saying, if you're dealing with that problem, I'm just like you.
Oh,
I have a hemorrhoid just like you.
I thought you were saying you were a celebrity because of how large your hemorrhoid was, and I was very confused.
Perhaps. It hasn't been officially measured.
Hey, Mama, is that hemorrhoid boy over there? Yes, it is, son. Gaze in amazement at his beautiful hemorrhoids. All right. Here are what some celebrities apparently get on their fast food orders. Ready? First up is Jason Sudeikis. He of Ted Lasso fame, SNL, among others, plenty of movies. He said, I genuinely love Taco Bell. I believe there are levels of Taco Bell. I find suburban Taco Bell, the one in my hometown of Overland Park, Kansas, it's fantastic. I don't know how they do it different. The soft shells are always soft. He said, I've had some of the Taco Bells in Manhattan where I've lived since 2003. They're not that great, but the love of Taco Bell has found its way into my son's taste buds.
That varies by location. That has nothing to do with suburban versus urban. I've gotten plenty of hard, soft shell tacos at suburban locations.
Yeah. I'll tell you, though, once you find a location that does it right, you don't want to leave because they'll do it right about every time. He said, now, I used to be able to eat 10 tacos in a sitting. Now, if I do 3, I'm showing off. So
get out of here, you lightweight piece of crap.
Well, he's on TV.
I don't care.
You're trying to watch the weight. That's a thing that happens.
Keep that to yourself.
That's fair. That's fair. Katy Perry was on Instagram. She shared on her Instagram, rather, when she was on a cover of Forbes magazine, that they had a big photo shoot for this, and she was very excited about all that. And then she said, also, don't think I didn't celebrate this moment by going straight to Taco Bell and getting my Crunchwrap Supreme. Now, she said that as if, like, oh, yeah, I celebrated by getting a Crunchwrap Supreme, and boy, wasn't that good. You and I both know that when you go and get a Crunchwrap Supreme, that is part of the meal. It is not the meal.
No.
No way, no shape, no form. It's very good. Travis Kelce. You will enjoy his restaurant recommendation, Mike. It's right up your alley. He said that I think Burger King's got the best fast food burgers.
Just another reason to hate Travis Kelce.
He said Wendy's and In-N-Out are the next best fast food burgers, but Burger King tops them all.
Well, he likes the flame broiled.
Yeah, he does.
That too.
How does he get his Whopper? He said no mayonnaise, just like Timmy, and no onions. But otherwise, put it all on.
Extra ketchup for me, Clark.
Yeah, that's right. And finally, I have for you Prince Harry and Meghan Markle when they go to In-N-Out. That's the burger joint they like to go to because they're out there on the West Coast. In-N-Out is the best, according to Prince Harry. I ordered 2 double doubles, animal style, fries, and a Coke. And that's
First of all, if you're eating all that, congratulations to you, my friend.
He said, and that's just for me.
Good.
Meg gets the cheeseburger and fries with the side of jalapenos. I just stick with ketchup and that special sauce of theirs. It is so good.
Now, do you think, I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you, you think they go up to the drive-thru just themselves and pick it up?
No, I'm going to guess probably not. I'm going to guess someone else gets that for them, but I don't know. I mean, it's L.A. If you live out in L.A., don't you have, there's probably celebrities out more than you think.
I assume you have people.
I would guess.
Think they got trays in the back seat and they eat in the car?
No. I'm going to guess they don't do that. Maybe they Uber Eats it, where it's not like they go and have a driver who goes and gets it. They just hire someone who's already getting that food for others. They do the same thing.
I'm looking at Church's menu. They have some interesting selections.
I was going to say, the phrase, I'm looking at Church's, is not a phrase I expected to hear from your lips, but now I realize what you meant.
I'm looking at Church's Texas Chicken. I'm not looking at some sort of Catholic church. Like, they got the cookies and cream Eucharist today.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even listen to a damn word I said.
Cookies and cream Eucharist.
Well,
I got it.
Give me a courtesy giggle, at least.
If you only knew how many times I do.
That was you just let me die.
I was typing out the word Church's Chicken so I could go look at this menu with you.
I'm going to tell you. You don't have to look at it. I'm going to tell you.
It.
They have some interesting sides. First of all, they have fried okra.
Oh.
I'd rather eat my own ass than eat fried okra.
You don't like okra, huh?
No.
Not a big fan.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know what I like, though?
What do you like?
I like the addition of buttered corn.
That's a good addition.
They've just got a big side. It's just buttered corn.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Yeah. That's what I say.
They got baked mac and cheese. They got fries. They got mashed potatoes and gravy, biscuits, jalapeno cheese bombers.
I'm sure that's right up your alley. That sounds good.
They have just jalapeno peppers that you can get, whole peppers.
Okay.
Those look good.
That's interesting.
Coleslaw.
I've never seen someone just say, hey, would you like just a whole raw jalapeno? Fine.
You know who used to eat one of those every single day? I don't know if she still does.
Who's that?
Hillary Clinton.
Really?
She swore by just eating an entire pepper every single day.
Wow. But is there antioxidants or something in that?
I don't know.
Or just gives you a little level of spice.
She could just be full of crap.
Okay, could be that too. I'll tell you what, I kind of want some Church's Chicken right now. Church's Texas Chicken. Let's be clear.
Signature sauces. See what they got.
Probably nothing good. Oh, wait, it all looks great.
They don't have the selection of sauces you would think. They don't have a buffalo sauce.
Oh. Well, is Buffalo, New York, is that in Texas? No.
No, but Popeyes has a buffalo sauce. McDonald's has a buffalo sauce.
Water down your brand. Church's Texas Chicken said, sorry, don't need that. They do have a signature hot sauce. How about that?
That looks good. I'd try it.
Creamy jalapeno sauce, honey mustard, a barbecue sauce, and a zesty ranch sauce.
Zesty ranch, not just ranch.
I also like that they have, as a dipping sauce, brown gravy. Because, yes, it is. For chicken, you can just dip that right in the gravy and then eat it. And it's delicious.
I've told you before, too, don't sleep on honey. Not honey mustard.
Who's she?
Straight honey.
Your gal. They have a
Jessica Alba in honey.
They have a lemon cheesecake fried pie.
Is it a special?
I don't know. It
must be because it's not on there.
It says featured items.
Oh.
Yeah. Lemon cheesecake fried pie. How could that be bad?
They do fried shrimp.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go.
Fish sandwich.
All right.
They have one in Whitehall. It's not too far. We can make it during a commercial break.
We'll make it, I swear. We're halfway there.
Fish is making these commercial breaks really effing long.
Oh, I know they are.
Just go get some chicken. All right, Andrew Barry is drooling all over himself in the Rocky Mountains. I'm going to tell you why coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 15-minute delay on westbound 670 between Leonard Avenue and Neal Avenue. And we also have a 15-minute slowdown on eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Bixby Road. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil changes Buckeye-level quality. And you can stay in your car while their experts do the work. Drive in today. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It change is more exciting. You know, I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Need a new heating or cooling system? Booking a free in-home estimate with Logan Services is easier than ever. In just minutes, you can schedule your appointment on our website. It's fast, simple, and hassle-free. Book a time that works best for you. We offer appointments throughout the week and on weekends. And next-day installation is available now. When you need help, we're here for you. With a home of fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Now at participating locations, it's UDF's new Sicilian-style pizza. We serve it on our family recipe focaccia crust, handcrafted in our bakery. And right now, get any size Coca-Cola fountain drink free with your purchase. Pizza from United Dairy Farmers, made for you.
Skyline nachos are back, and now there's a spicy version. Get them with Skyline's cheddar or habanero cheese, topped with fiery jalapeno slices. But hurry, Skyline's regular and new spicy nachos are only at participating restaurants for a limited time.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply.
Remember how that little girl in Poltergeist was in the TV?
They're here.
Yeah? Well, she's actually dead now. It's quite sad. Anyway, watch your favorite fan shows on your TV by subscribing to us on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan. Do it now.
1-800-GOT-JUNK makes space for possibilities.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives, it's the sign of a new beginning, a clean start, a breath of fresh air.
All the animals start giggling, a rainbow appears, and music fills the air.
Your best friend calls with happy news. Every table has fresh flowers on it, and your nights are full of candlelight.
We bring the springtime.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
April 6th at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Rewards members get $5 off an acai bowl or an acai bowl with Nutella. Log into the app on April 6th to redeem your rewards. Terms and conditions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy skies, a couple of showers, and perhaps a rumble of thunder to finish off your Friday. Temperatures near 60 degrees. Overnight will fall back down to the mid-50s with mostly cloudy skies and again a chance of a shower or storm. A little bit of a lull midday Saturday, but more showers and storms back in late Saturday and Saturday night. High temperatures around 70 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Your undisputed leader in talking about nothing. This is Man and Bone.
Common Man and T-Bone brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. Jack Sawyer will throw out the first pitch, the Guardians home opener, on Tuesday against the White Sox.
All right, I like that.
Congratulations to Jack.
Well earned. He should be getting all the accolades that he can.
It is Pro Day in Boulder for Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders and Andrew Berry and a bunch of Browns people. They are there to take him out to dinner and talk to him. Now, Travis Hunter is there. He's talking. He's not working out. He's not doing anything. Shadur Sanders did throw today. I did not get a report on how good he was throwing at guys he's familiar to and air, but he has been linked to the Browns at number 2.
I don't know. I'm not very optimistic about the quarterbacks in this draft right now. Not really so much about the quarterbacks, but about the Browns' decision to go get one if they choose to do that, because somehow that would dig them out of the hole, as Jimmy Haslam talked about earlier this week. I think you have to dig out of that hole methodically, as opposed to going into it like you did when you got into the Deshaun Watson, debacle, which was, let's just panic and trade a bunch of stuff away and go get this guy who obviously has a lot of baggage, and let's give him the first and I believe still only fully guaranteed contract in NFL history. I don't think anybody else has gotten a fully guaranteed contract since then. But the way to do that, to me, yes, if you hit on a draft pick, he's your quarterback of the future, and you get your 12 to 15-year quarterback, awesome. But this team is not ready for one of those guys yet. I don't think they're that good, despite what they told Myles Garrett.
Here's what should frighten you, and it's what frightened me last year heading into the season, and it turned out to be true. I root for the bad Chicago Bears, and they draft Caleb Williams. I thought they should have fired Matt Eberflus that offseason. If you're going to draft a quarterback, I want that quarterback to also be starting fresh with a new head coach, or at least a head coach that has some solid footing. Eberflus was not that guy. So now you have a new head coach in Ben Johnson, a new offensive scheme. You have to go back and try and get Caleb Williams to buy into this that you're selling. You're also trying to break him of bad habits that were formed last year. Maybe Caleb Williams will turn out to be bad. Or maybe he'll turn out to be bad because his first year was ruined. Your fear should be you go out and get Cam Ward, Shadir Sanders, whatever quarterback you go get. Kevin Stefanski installs him into his offense, does his thing. They have a terrible year. Haslam's getting impatient. Fire Kevin Stefanski. Now you got year 2 is almost like year 1 because you're starting over with your new quarterback that you may have already ruined.
Right. That's a problem, right? And it's that cycle we talk about where you get a quarterback in for an organization. Typically, the ones that are drafting a quarterback first overall, sometimes it's because they have a new coach, new GM, new everything, because the last regime was bad. But very often there is a coach who it's like, I need this to work because I've got to go out and find my guy. Otherwise, I'm getting fired. Browns are in that spot right now, I believe, at least with Andrew Berry and possibly with Kevin Stefanski, where if they go 3 wins again this year, everybody's getting fired, I would guess. Wouldn't you think?
Yes.
Okay. So then the motivation is to go get something now that fixes you and at least get you to 6, 7, 8 wins. You feel like you got some momentum for year
Kirk
2 and 3.
Cousins is still there?
So that's where I would be if I were the Browns. I would rather go.
Sure they are there. But
I would rather go that route as opposed to drafting someone, because I don't think a draft pick is likely to net you anything for the future.
They're not touching his contract. The Falcons don't want to eat the remainder of his contract. I mean, I guess the best you can hope for is they release him.
Yeah, but that's right. If they don't, then you can't afford him because you've actually, I don't know what you can do. I don't know how you could afford him given all the other things you have going on with your roster.
But let's say he's available to you. Let's say the Falcons say, yeah, all right, you can have him. What does that do for you? Like you said.
Oh, no. It's the only hope would be if you believe your roster is so good that you could win right now, well, then wouldn't you rather have a veteran than a rookie anyway? I would think you'd rather have someone who could at least maybe help. Kevin Stefanski took a team led by Joe Flacco and made them look like a playoff team with little to no. Surprisingly.
Good news. Haslam said Flacco's in play.
Oh, I know he is. He wants to be there. He wanted to be there last year. He didn't want to leave. And yet they had to do it because they had to make Deshaun Watson feel great. Now at least they finally realize they don't care if Deshaun Watson feels good or bad or otherwise. He's not the future. So that's at least a positive development.
Flacco, my Cracko.
Overall, I think with the Browns, what they have to do, if I were them, I want draft picks. But Andrew Berry probably can't do that, right? Andrew Berry probably is thinking, I got to go win now. I got to draft dudes. I can't go get draft picks and tell them 2 or 3 years from now we'll be winners again. He won't be there if that's the case. So it's kind of a catch-22 for this organization.
The city of St. Petersburg got a deal on some bed sheets. So they got to fix the roof over at Tropicana Field.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Rays are playing in the Yankees spring training home all this season. But even if they do wind up building something new in the area, which is a big if at this point, you know, they're going to need another place to play next year. They can't just play another year in a minor league park, I would assume.
No.
So they're going to fix up the trop. City Council approved vote 7-1 to approve $22.5 million to begin the repairs at Tropicana Field. Now, when they initially priced this out, they said it was going to cost $56 million to fix everything. And at the time, local government said, well, that's just not feasible. We can't pay $56 million. Now they're pricing it at $22.5 million, which leads me to believe, like, who the hell's doing this work?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, when you do something on your house, you get an estimate from a bunch of builders or whatever. A lot of times, you'll get lower estimates, and they're fine. Right? The people are very qualified. It just turns out they really want the business. They don't have the overhead the other business has, and you have a wonderful product. But if you get somebody who's just drastically lower,
like half of the other everybody else you've priced,
don't you have to question? I mean, this roof did come off in a hurricane. They have things that they have to worry about there, infrastructure problems that aren't exactly like, are my granite countertops straight or crooked? If they don't do this right, the next thundercloud that rolls in there, the roof flies off again.
Yeah. There's I don't know what the situation was with the trop, right? I mean, they didn't want to knock that down and build a new one right there on top of it because I don't know why. I know they say that location is bad, right? For Tampa, they don't like where it is.
I don't know.
I thought that was one of the arguments.
I thought
like
St. Pete was the hip place now.
I can't remember where they need to be or where they don't need to be. But my question is, would it almost make sense more if they're going to stay there to just go ahead and use the land you already have there, knock this thing down, and build the new? You're going to dump $22 million into fixing this. Not that you want to play in a minor league ballpark, but every second you waste waiting around on this, you could be building your new park if they had the plans ready, if they were shovels ready in the dirt, like, let's go. They could actually be getting this thing done quicker if they thought ahead of this. Instead, it's like, no, we got to rebuild this. Then we're going to argue about the money over the new place, which we will now get built in, what, like 5 or 6 more years? It's going to take them forever.
I thought they were going to sell this team because they can't get anything done.
Well, then there's that too, right? Because
bring him here.
What's
Stu Steinberg? Is that right?
Yeah, bring him here. What do we call that baseball team? The Columbus baseball team. What would you want to call it? We have the Clippers, obviously. Keep them.
You wouldn't want to keep Rays?
The Columbus Rays?
Columbus Rays, but it's Ray's Hog Pit.
That's perfect.
It's barbecue stuff.
I love it. The Columbus Rays, and it's just, that's awesome.
What would we name the baseball team?
I don't know. It wasn't was it the Pilots or the Aviators? Was that a thing that people were talking about with a basketball team? When it was talk of trying to get an NBA team here, a WNBA team.
What about the Corn Jerkers?
Now that's one we can all get behind. No one's using Canberra in Australia has the Corn Jerkers, but no one here is using that. So we could definitely use that. We have corn, we have jerks.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
What? The name of a baseball team that doesn't exist?
No, not a baseball team. I think we did this for an NBA team, didn't we?
What? The Pilots? Yeah, that's what I said.
Is that what we settled on?
No, someone came up with that and said the Columbus Pilots would be a great name, or Aviators or something like that. I think that's in the running.
Well, you know what you can do? I mean, obviously, if you have a Major League Baseball team in town, and the unfortunate part of that is that your AAA team is no longer in town. You can just name it the Columbus Clippers.
Boy, that would be something. That'd be like if we called the Jackets the Columbus Chill, which I was in favor of.
It was on the table.
I know. I wish I like Jackets. I've come around on Jackets, but I used to want the Chill and the Chill only as the name, but it's fine.
One college football team is in a fight with their main NIL collective. I'll tell you why in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 15-minute delay due to a disabled semi that's on the left shoulder of westbound 670 at 315. It's slow from Leonard Avenue. And there's a 10-minute delay on southbound 270 on the west outer belt between Cemetery Road and I-70. This report is paid for by Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose. Want to make a difference and help ensure Ohio's primary election is secure and accessible? Serve as a poll worker on May 6th by signing up at voteohio.gov. You'll even be paid for your service. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, priority access to Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Act now. Visit bluejackets.com/tickets.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about 10 grand in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
What's for dinner tonight?
For me?
Oh, I forgot. You can't eat anything.
I haven't eaten anything lately.
Hey, behind the scenes, it has nothing to do with his appendix. You have had a toothache.
Well, yeah, it turns out I got some kind of, something's going on there. I got medication for it to help with it. It's not like a root canal situation.
I got bronchitis.
But I went in to see the dentist, and they were like, yeah, here's what we think it is. They gave me some meds. And they said it'll take a few more days for the pain to go away. But, yeah, it's back on my molar on my left side. So chewing has been tough. So I've dropped like 8 pounds this week because I'm not eating anything. All I'm eating are milkshakes. That's the new diet I'm on, is milkshakes only.
You know, there's a lot of bros out there, the alpha males out there, that want to tell you that we need to be more like our ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, simple life. We're hunter and gatherers. Go out, kill food, eat food. That's the way men should live. That's the way we should eat. Because, look, there were no fat people back then.
Right.
Yeah. All right. First of all, if you gave those people access to a drive-through window, trust me, they'd be very fat.
Well, right. It's about the fact that they also had to walk and forage every day to get any food, and what they ate was largely like berries and maybe some game here or there.
You know what else was a big problem, too? I was watching a show about this, a history show about this. Is that by the time these people were in their 20s, for the most part, the life expectancy was not very long if you lived at all into adulthood. But if you did, what would happen is you would have the pleasure of all your teeth rotting out of your mouth.
Well, yeah, they weren't brushing them.
And you couldn't chew your food a lot. And a lot of people couldn't eat properly because they couldn't chew their food. So to your point, if we all come down with debilitating dental issues, maybe we'll lose all the weight we have to.
I think that's a very fair point. That's another reason why I'm sure that they kept the weight down, was whenever their teeth started hurting, they're like, well, I just won't eat. Or I'll drink water.
It's too painful to eat.
Suck on a berry. I don't know what you're doing.
That's what RFK Jr. has to do. You just go around, yank everybody's teeth out.
Well, we've equated health with, like, skinny. And we know that's not true, right? I know some of the most unhealthy people I've ever known are very thin because they have a high metabolism.
Right. Now, you're not saying that we're healthy because we're not.
Well, what I mean is, like, what in terms of what? Like, yeah, I obviously carrying a lot of extra weight is not good. But if you go to your doctor, whatever size you are, and they're like, your blood pressure's normal, all your indicators are good, your blood work comes back fine, you eat a balanced, healthy diet, you just happen to have a little more weight than the average person, then you're healthy. Stop worrying about if you have washboard abs or not. That doesn't mean you're healthy. I know that's coming from a fat guy. That is self-serving. But there are people with washboard abs who are extremely not healthy. That's what I'm trying to say.
So if you're fit, you're not healthy.
No, I didn't say that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think we should go with that.
Okay, good. We are. That's new. You want a new diet? Get fat.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Hey, guess what?
Sign me up for that,
when
buddy.
When the tuberculosis comes, you're going to want something to insulate you.
Tuberculosis. What did I tease for you?
I don't know.
Oh, NIL. This NIL thing,
Ew.
I know I sound like I'm a million years old.
No, this NIL.
This NIL, this name, image, and likeness that I've heard so many weird things about.
Well, I've heard a lot of weird things lately.
What the hell's going on with that? Can we talk about that? No?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
No.
Anyway, okay.
I don't know.
Anyway, there's an issue at Cal. All right?
Yeah.
So Cal is hiring Ron Rivera to be their general manager. This is a thing now, of course. You have a general manager for your football program. Andrew Luck does this at Stanford. Trying to think who else is doing it.
I think even here at Ohio State, right? Isn't that what, is it Mark Pantoni? Is he still like in charge of the football program?
I got to tell you, we're doing a bang-up job with this segment.
I think they've called him the GM now, don't they, Ted? Am I wrong?
I have no idea.
Mike Lombardi's doing it for North Carolina
Eagles,
and Bill Belichick, right?
Yeah, right here. Ohio State Athletics website. Mark Pantoni, general manager.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There you go.
They've now, that's what they call what used to be the player personnel guy. They've termed that general manager, so it's more in line with what we think of pro teams, and that makes sense.
Right. But, Mark Pantoni has been in the building. He understands how college works.
Yeah, that's right.
Ron Rivera has never done anything with college ever except go to college and play at Cal.
All right.
Right? He's not very familiar with the inner workings of things. So, what they've done at Cal, if they've said, "Here, you're here to run the football program, except you don't ultimately control it. You report back to someone, who's familiar with how to run collegiate athletic departments. We don't fully trust you. Maybe once you get up to speed, you can run things." The NIL there at Cal, that I guess is the NIL, like there's one.
California Legends Collective. I believe is what it's called, yes.
They've said, we are not going to give any money to the school until Ron Rivera gets full control over this football program. And if he doesn't get it, then you get no money from us.
Wow.
So I'm curious to see what happens.
Well, it makes sense in a way, right? That Cal would say, you've not done this. We don't know what level. We don't know what your football knowledge is, Mike. We got to get you in the building so we can find out what your football information.
I'm sure they're quite familiar with what his football knowledge is.
Your football information, that was the word.
Yes. It's just, do you know how to do everything else?
In the college game. But I also understand the collective's point of view. Like I see there's a quote here from Kevin Kennedy, who runs this collective. He said, you don't hire Mario Andretti to ask him to sit in the passenger seat. There's a reason you bring someone in like that on staff in order to give him control. I don't know how it all works from this one standpoint when it comes to NIL. The boosters, like this Kevin Kennedy guy, was he involved heavily in the hiring of Ron Rivera?
I have no idea.
It would stand to reason that he probably had something to do with it, right?
I would think you don't make a move like this until you talk to your one collective to see what they think about it.
Right. I would think, especially at a school like Cal, they need to keep their donors happy. But then I also wonder, at what point are we just neglecting the university system that is in charge of hiring for a reason? Because, one, it is their school, but also because a lot of those people are administrators who probably had to interview for their jobs. They probably had to go through a lot of training on the job over the years to eventually become someone who's in charge of making the decision to hire, let's say, a football director, a general manager of a college football program. So you don't want to throw that expertise out. But if you're the collective person and you're saying, hey, I don't like this, you've got a lot of control. It's a weird, I'm saying this is probably a microcosm of a lot of what's going on in college athletics right now. You have people who are highly trained, who know what they're doing when it comes to college athletics, who have to weigh a bunch of university factors. And then you have the donors saying, yeah, that guy sucks. And we have all the money to do what we want. And I don't know which way you're supposed to lean there, but I know probably what's happening is those donors are probably winning out 9 times out of 10.
Crew hosting Montreal tomorrow night. You know what my preview is for this game?
What's that?
Wet.
Oh, yeah. It's
wet.
Yeah.
Sloppy.
A lot of rain. Well, it's
April showers.
April showers bring May flowers. Don't know if that's real. Don't know if it's scientifically proven.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say water brings flowers. Unless there's catastrophic flooding.
Then it doesn't bring flowers.
And then bad.
No. What if we had a Noah flood? In the Bible?
You know what? I'm hoping for it every day.
Are you? Because then what? It's just it's done? That's a way.
I'm not getting on the boat.
I don't want to go that way. I don't want to die of Drowning. Sorry, I don't know why I said drowning. Like I don't know, from somewhere where they don't know how to speak. Drowning.
Let's assume that's real.
Drowning? It's real. People drown every day.
No. The ark. Noah and the ark.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Where you're getting animals and putting them on the ark and then,
landing on Mount Ararat.
Sure.
That's where they're alleged. We don't know where that is, but that's where they allegedly land.
Can you imagine the stink on that boat?
Oh, no.
Can you imagine it? Now, maybe it's divinely inspired, so God waved his hand and nothing smelled. I have no idea.
Sure.
But the fecal matter and the...
Well, I've always thought about the waste management on the ark and wondered, that was one of the questions I had that got me yelled at church, was when I would say, hey, they were out there for how long? Was it 40 days? Maybe longer? I've been to the zoo for 5 minutes and watched an elephant take a dump. Like that, if there's 40 days of elephant dump on this boat, everybody's jumping off. And it wasn't just elephants, it was rhinoceros. Well,
haven't they
hippopotamus,
said
all the other...
that all the dinosaurs were on there too?
Oh, yeah, I think some... Well, I don't know who believes what on that. I'm sure there are some versions of Christianity that absolutely believe that. Some that are probably like, dinosaurs were out of the picture by that point. Whatever the case, a lot of large animals with a lot of fecal matter were on that boat. How are we getting rid of all that?
Maybe.
How did they not all die of bacteria and all that stuff with all that just sitting there?
Teddy's making a shoveling motion.
You just dump it over the side of the boat.
Yeah, but who's
perhaps it was the first ever steam engine. Maybe they used it as fuel.
Yeah. Oh, could you? They didn't have steam engines back then.
How do you know?
I said that like I believed it.
Have you seen the Ark?
No, I haven't.
We haven't seen it.
I haven't been down to the one in Kentucky. I got to get down there and see
Noah's
it.
Ark.
Good old Ken Ham, my guy. I do not like green eggs and Ken Ham. He's the guy who's in charge of the Ark.
Oh, okay.
He's the modern day Noah, except his boat doesn't float. Boat don't float. That's what they say. That's what it says on the billboard when you go out there. If it floods there, they're in business. They'll just knock the studs out from under and be like, cool, we're rolling.
That's right.
This. Yeah, they got the Ark right there.
We got to drive down there, Teddy.
If it starts raining too bad, just head down 75. Just get to 75 and then head down it. Go to 70. You figure it out.
Lamar Jackson is fighting with a dead guy. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Slower traffic is causing a 5-minute delay on southbound 71 on the north side between Morse Road and 11th Avenue. And we also have a 5-minute delay on southbound 315 from Kinnear Road to Town Street. This report is sponsored by Custom Air. You're not just a homeowner. You're also an air conditioner that only works sometimes owner. You need cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Built to a higher standard. Visit customairco.com for your estimate today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $84 on select sets of Ford Nokian tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends April 15th. See store for details.
Why are we quizzing kids on dinosaurs?
Comedian Sam Morrill, The Errors Tour.
Some cop pulls me over. He's like, what kind of dinosaur?
Live at Davidson Theater, April 10th.
I'm like a stegosaurus. He's like, step out of the vehicle.
Get tickets now at kappa.com.
We've all been there. You come home after a long day, only to find water dripping from the ceiling. Your roof has decided it's had enough. And now frustration sets in. Another unexpected problem added to your never-ending to-do list. At Newman Roofing, we get it. That's why we make the process simple and stress-free, handling every detail with professionalism, so you don't have to worry and can get back to the things that matter most to you. So, how do you begin? Step 1. Schedule your free estimate by calling our office at 614-NEW-ROOF or visiting our website, newmanroofing.com. Step 2. Meet with one of our trusted representatives who will guide you through the best plan for your home. Step 3. We get to work, and you watch your roof transform before your very eyes. Whether it's your roof, gutters, or siding, the Newman Roofing team is here to guide and support you every step of the way. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF to schedule your free estimate and experience the Newman Roofing difference. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Ever notice the yards with beautiful flowers but something missing? Yep, they didn't mulch, and it doesn't look finished. Put the finishing touches on your most beautiful garden ever at Oakland Nursery. Oakland has 2 cubic foot bags of Forever Black hardwood mulch, regularly $4.79 a bag, now just 4 bags for $10. Through April 13th, 2 cubic foot bags of quality Forever Black hardwood mulch, regularly $4.79 a bag, now just 4 bags for $10. No deliveries, limit 52 bags per visit. Hurry, this amazing sale ends after April 13th.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Look, there's feelings and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business, and that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
All right, Teddy's yelling at me because I got the T's all wrong.
Oh, you screwed
I'm like
this
John
up.
Sterling. I got that all wrong.
Did you also get hit in the face with a baseball?
No,
because that would be like John Sterling.
Let me find that.
It really got me. Wow.
And Holmes at the belt. And now the 3-2 swung on a pop foul back here. Ow! 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 It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
He's fine.
He's fine,
He's
of course.
fine, and he had a nice little retirement send-off. It's all fine. He's good.
I still contend that off the mic yelling is funny in almost any context, right? Like when he goes, ow, ah, like that's funnier.
Pitch to Stanton. There it goes. Deep left. It is high. It is far. It is gone out of the ballpark. A Stantonian home run. Now, what did I do wrong? What did I see wrong? He's at first base.
Here's the 1-0. Swung on, there it goes. Deep left center. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. But caught. At the wall. Caught by Tapia. Boy, I thought that was gone. So Stanton got close. He sent Tapia back to the wall to make the catch. And the Yankees come up just empty. That would have tied the game.
It would have tied the game there.
Oh, yeah. But
all right, so I got the T's all wrong. I said Lamar Jackson is fighting with a dead guy.
He's not.
When I first read this story, I thought he was fighting with Dale Earnhardt. But as Teddy pointed out to me,
who has passed away.
Right,
yes.
he's dead.
Dale
but
Jr.
as Teddy has pointed, because Teddy loves Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I do.
Loves him.
Teddy,
you
you
run
love
the
Dale
GeoSites fan page.
Yes.
You love Dale Earnhardt Sr. too, for what it's worth. Right?
Yes.
You weren't opposed to him.
No. I liked him too. Yes.
Yeah, but he's not fighting with Senior. He's fighting with Junior for the use of the 8. trademark.
Well, that is correct.
Yeah, because Junior Motorsports, that is the NASCAR team that Dale Jr. owns, they have had a number 8 on their cars and on all their logos and everything. So they attempted to trademark this number 8 logo. Problem was, they said it's too close to the logo, and Lamar Jackson's people said it was too close to the logo that he trademarked, the Era 8 by Lamar Jackson. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. then went on his social media and said, through the Patent and Trademark Office, we have successfully secured the rights to the stylized number 8. But we will be moving away from the original JRM 8 that we have used since 2019.
Now, Troy Aikman also has a beer that he's named 8.
Yes.
Oh. How does this play into it?
I think that's still, in the courts, has not been resolved yet. That dispute, yes.
And what about Steve Young's mere existence?
This is also a problem.
Because didn't he wear number 8?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. It's also a problem for number 7's lunch. Because you know what number 7 did.
7, 8, 9.
That's right, Teddy. Glad you picked that up.
It's so bad with you two idiots. My God.
By the way, did I tell you the other day I went to the dentist? Not the dentist, the orthodontist.
Was that at 2:30?
Well, that's the thing. So I set up an appointment like over the summer on a day where I'm going to be off, and they asked me what time would I want, and I said, maybe about 2:30. I heard that's your favorite time. And the one orthodontist is like, ha ha, like that. and the receptionist is like, why would that be our favorite time? I was like, it's a dentist's favorite time. Tooth hurdy. And she's like, oh my gosh. And then like everyone's passing out. People are pissing their pants laughing.
You blew her mind.
Right. And they're like, she's like, in all my years of working, I worked here 27 years. I've never heard that joke. And the orthodontist like, how have you never heard that joke? And it was just we're all having a laugh because I dropped a tooth hurdy on them in the orthodontist. Not even the dentist, orthodontist. They're trying to move your teeth. Not even that your teeth hurt.
They were dropping their pants.
It was quite. They had put a diaper on, right, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's so good. Put a diaper on.
That's right.
It's good when someone laughs at your jokes, isn't it?
You wouldn't know.
Unlike what you did to me earlier today.
They do have to be funny. Is part of the other part.
You weren't even paying attention. What did I say? Cookies and cream Eucharist? That's funny.
All right,
that's funny.
Did I laugh there? You got me there.
No, you know where I actually got the no response? At the doctor's office.
When?
I go to a dermatologist because Kristen says, what's that disgusting thing on your back?
Uh-huh.
Go get it lanced off.
What is it?
It was a little warty thing. I don't know. They took it off.
Okay.
They biopsied it. It was benign.
Okay. Good.
Benign, but still a bastard.
That's right.
So I go in there. I've never seen this dermatologist before. She's Kristen's dermatologist. Dude.
Yeah.
But no nonsense, right?
Okay.
She's like, we're going to get to the point. I got a questionnaire for you. I haven't seen you before. So, any history of cancer in your family? Skin cancer?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm aware of. Any drug or alcohol use? Recreational alcohol use, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Are you sexually active? And I said, well, I'm married, so no.
That's a good line. Right.
I thought it was good.
That's a good line.
He just stared daggers into me.
Right. And he's like, this is a medical form. I need to know.
Yes.
So yes or no?
But he just blew right past me.
Right.
I thought that was a good line. I thought the delivery was good.
That is good. And he was like, no, sorry. I don't know if you know. This is a doctor's office. We don't have time for humor. People's lives are at stake, okay? Don't make any jokes here at the doctor's office.
Where do you compare him to the female doctor you had when you asked her if she were talking about, hey, has she listened to the show?
She's still my doctor.
Okay, yeah. And,
Well, no, first of all, I don't ask her that. I don't ask her that. She says every single time I come in the office, because she asks me about work.
Yeah.
Because I got stress. She gives me pills.
Of course.
How's everything going? I said, well, it's going okay, and, this and that. I really got to listen to that show. I'm going to write a note down. I'm going to do it. I said, no, you don't have to. You don't have to listen.
Don't need to.
I tell her all the time, please don't feel obligated. That's okay.
Maybe you need to go the other round. So, that's why I'm in here for these pills, because you don't listen. Makes me feel bad. Maybe I wouldn't need such a strong prescription if you just give me a listen here.
But every time I come in, I wasn't going to say a damn word. And she's like, hey, you know what? I meant to listen.
But 6 months went by, and I said, nope, not going to do it. Not going to listen yet.
Well, my fear is that, I go in there, she does listen, and I say, hey, did you listen to the show? Yes, I did.
And then that's it. You get nothing else. Yeah, that's a bad feeling.
Can you give me another pill, please?
Just numb all that. When I had the appendectomy last week, the surgeon came in. Surgeon's assistant was there, and she, we're talking about it. And I said, "Yeah, I heard that laparoscopic appendectomy." I saw a comedian talking about how the doctors called it a lappy-appy because that's like the shorter, it's an easier way to say it. You say it a lot. It's a long bit of phrasing. And she said, "Yeah, we don't call it that." She said, we do schedule them all together though, and we call that time period of the day appy hour.
That's nice.
All the appendectomies every day, they're like at a certain time. And she's like, we look around and go, "Oh, it's almost appy hour." And then they're not going to get drinks. They're putting on gloves and doing appendectomies. And then they get the drinks.
Maybe they're drinking while they do it.
I appreciate a little humor with my doctoring. That's all. I'm glad when you doctor me, doctor, just give me a little laugh too. Or at least laugh at my jokes.
Doctor.
Roger.
Oh, doctor. What the hell's going on with the Bengals? We're going to talk about it next. Appy Lappy. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic that's causing a 10-minute delay on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Main Street and 33. And there's a 15-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side between 33 and Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by NJM Insurance. While some insurance companies use gimmicks to get your attention, NJM would rather focus on putting their policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit NJM.com to learn more. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Buckeye Lake Marina Open House is finally here, April 11th through the 13th. Huge indoor showroom. Register to win prizes. They've got a boat for everyone. So come on down and find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hey, living with chronic pain. It's like trying to get comfortable on a cactus sofa, walking on pins and needles. Nothing feels good. And forget trying to do the things you love and enjoy. Like the spring, it's getting warm, whether you want to golf, whether you want to hike, whether you want to bike, whether you want to play pickleball. You're just trying to get by. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter here. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. Finally, calm that debilitating joint pain in your knee just like I did. Maybe it's your hip, your shoulder, your back. Don't miss a beat, no surgery or long recovery. I'm done with getting cut on. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They give you your life back. A life healthier, free of harmful meds. That's the whole mission of QC Kinetics. You could be a candidate. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus to find out how easy it is. They've got offices now in Canal and Grove City, so call 380-208-4544.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. So what's the difference? There are other Honda dealers around. Well, Rich Newsom and his team want to earn your trust. They don't expect it, and they earn it by giving you a great price, and then they back it up after the sale. With same-day service, no appointment necessary, a great variety of brand new Hondas, and hundreds of pre-owned certified Hondas to choose from, all at the same location. Identify yours at GermainHondaofDublin.com. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
At Twin Peaks, one of the things we know best is beer. Celebrate National Beer Day on April 7th with one of our signature taps. Local crafts, ales, lagers, and seasonals. We have them all ready at a teeth-chattering 29 degrees, served in 22-ounce mugs. Cheers.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And bet and reduce juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Ohio State's football program getting a verbal commitment today from three-star linebacker CJ Dunne from Olentangy High School. The 10th verbal commitment for the 26th recruiting class. Cincinnati Reds try and snap a 3-game losing streak in which they've not scored a single run in any of those games as they played the second of a 4-game series in Milwaukee. Following an off day, Cleveland Guardians begin a series in Los Angeles against the Angels. Guardians have dropped 3 in a row as well. Clippers at home with a doubleheader tonight with St. Paul. Cleveland Cavaliers are in San Antonio to take on the Spurs tonight. The NCAA Women's Final Four is this evening in Tampa. Texas facing South Carolina in one of the semis. UConn against UCLA in the other. The men's semis are tomorrow. Golf, second round of the PGA Valero Texas Open. Keith Mitchell and Brian Harmon share the lead, both at 9 under par. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We tried unplugging and then plugging them back in. It didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
I just saw this. I had to click on this.
Yeah?
Okay, I saw this events alert. And it says that CougarCon.
Oh, yes.
Is coming to Columbus. And it is anime, comic, esports, pop culture. It's all of it. But like when I think of CougarCon, like it's busty ladies, older ladies that want to teach you.
Why do they have to be busty? They could be not busty.
You're right. That's
they
fine.
They could just be cougars.
I'm just telling you what I think about. I think about a woman with lace.
Okay. Well, so I believe Columbus State is the Cougars. I want to say, is this a Columbus State thing maybe that's happening?
Oh, yeah. See, that I didn't put that together.
That's probably what this is.
Yeah, I went dirty. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Actually, the Columbus State Cougars are named after busty older women.
That's their mascot.
That's fine. That's exactly right.
Buster screen.
Busty is such a bad word. Like, not bad, but I mean, I just never liked it. I've never liked it to describe a human being where it's like, how would you rate that person's attractiveness? She's very busty. It's just like, ew, you're gross if you say that. Don't like that.
Well, I mean, you're talking about the part of their body that is most notable.
I know, but do we have that for men? I'm trying to think.
Yes, it's called husky. Oh, remember I shopped in that department when I was a kid.
Time to go get your suit for First Communion.
I don't feel what size, my mom?
Husky.
I do know that on clothing they have had husky. You're right. I don't feel like if a woman walks into like a Target, it's like, oh, yes, you're looking for the busty section right over here. I don't think they do that. I'm saying no one's looking at that. Like busty has just like it feels as if they put that on a marquee out in front of a strip club.
All right, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have that for men. We should figure out something.
What do we have for men? Girthy.
No, but no, that's just fat, unless you're talking about something else, which could be.
I was talking about something else.
I know you were. Right. I just don't think anybody uses that the way we use busty.
Well, let's bring it in.
All right,
let's normalize girthy.
Hey, girthy.
You and me. Hey.
Yeah, I'm girthy.
How you doing?
There you go.
Chode Burger.
Yeah, Chody.
What is going on with the Cincinnati Bengals? So Katie Blackburn made a little comment this week at the NFL owners meetings that, hey, we got to get this lease done, with Paycor Stadium. If we don't get it done, then I guess technically we could go anywhere we want after the season's over.
Mm-hmm.
And people lost their mind, as you would, right? Nobody wants to hear about their football team potentially moving. By the way, they're not going to move. But they had a meeting last night, Hamilton County meeting, where County Commissioner Alicia Reese talked about this. She says, I'm ready to get out the blank piece of paper, get out an ink pen. Thank God she said ink pen. And let's get down to the lease. Can we get a deal or can we not get a deal? And I think the taxpayers deserve to know. So she's saying, hey, if there's some sort of delay in this process, it's not because of us. It's because of you. We're ready to talk. We're ready to make a deal. Stop dragging your feet. Let's make it happen.
Trey Hendrickson says, yeah, get in line. That's where he's been, right? He's saying, hey, I'm ready to make a deal. I want to live here. I want to be here, until Katie Blackburn said what she said at the NFL owners meetings. And then we talked about some of his comments that were on McAfee the other day. Did you see the one, though, where he said his favorite app is Zillow? Like, that's a rap bar. That's not that's something that Kendrick Lamar is like, damn, I got to remember that for next time. That's good. Like, that's an ultimate comeback right there. Is like, hey, man, you don't want to pay me? My favorite app's Zillow anyway. It doesn't matter. I do like Zillow.
I love a Zillow. I like to go check out
like a little Zillow wormhole
with people
with
have.
a nice little glass of Pinot and a fireplace on. Yeah, that's great.
I'm not selling my house, but I always get pissed off when I don't feel like the valuation is where it should be.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. It's like, I can sell this house for more than that, you pieces of crap.
It's just an estimate.
I don't care.
I'm sorry,
like
it's a Zillow estimate, I believe.
I don't like it.
I had right after we bought our house, the last time we bought a house. Not like I have multiple properties. I'm just saying,
got it.
We moved, we bought a new house. I actually went on my phone and said, I have to do this. And I deleted the Zillow app because I was like, I don't want to be sitting here in the new house like a weekend and be like,
I should have gotten that one.
I didn't want to see a deal. If like we looked, we found what we wanted, we got it for a reasonable price, all that stuff. But if one of the houses we had been looking at was like, we dropped the price by like $80,000 or something, then I'd be heartbroken. I'd be like, oh, that was another one that was in the wheelhouse, but we went with this one.
You moved into your house in March of 2020, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
As everything was shutting down. Trust me, there were no deals to be had after that.
Right.
You got the last deal.
I'm sure we did. What I'm saying is I couldn't bear to look at it because I had so much anxiety that we didn't get the right one, and I didn't want to deal with that. So like a year later, I put it back on, and I was back into Zillow time, and I was fine because I was just looking for fun. But it was right after we had bought it where I'm like, man, if I see a deal here, I'm going to be so mad. So I had to delete it off there for a bit.
Did I ever tell you about the one time that the person next to us was, this is a couple houses ago. They were selling their house, and the realtor comes up with a family showing them the house. But they drive up, and they've got Cubs bumper stickers all over the car. I said, I can't have these people living next door to me. So I just go outside in the lawn and yell.
Yeah.
Not at them, just in general. They think, well, the person next door is crazy. I'm not going to buy this house.
No, you don't want that.
They didn't buy it. I'm going to say it's because of me.
Oh, can you imagine?
By the way, the Cubs won today. Their home opener at Wrigley Field. I can smell the piss from here. I can smell Wrigleyville.
Yeah. Well, who were they playing?
They were playing...
They won.
Padres. The players. Padres. They handed the Padres their first loss of the season.
Okay, that's significant.
There's two teams that have not lost a game. They both play in the same division. Dodgers and Padres. Well, now the Padres have lost.
There's only one team in baseball that hasn't won a game so far, unless they won today. I didn't see it. You know who that is?
Braves?
Yeah.
How shocking is that?
Oh, it's great for me.
Jen Winters, big Braves fan.
Listener Callie, who brings us Christmas cookies every year, they're disappointed. But me, Mr. Mets boy over here, having a grand old time. Mets home opener today. They're beating the Blue Jays right now. At least last I checked, they're 3-0.
5-0 now.
Oh, is it 5-0? All right, well, that's great.
I'm sorry, do we have a baseball update?
Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
When else do I get to use it?
The New York baseball Mets got a 2-run shot from Pete Alonso. Juan Soto drove in his first run at Citi Field. And I don't know what happened to make it 5-0, but that's how they got to 3-0. I think it's like in the 6th or the 7th. I'm just going off memory.
You know, I was
off
a little
the dome.
uncomfortable on opening day because my White Sox won, right? So they were 1-0. And if you go on any website, it said tied for first. Okay. And I felt uncomfortable with that. I'd not been there in a long time. But today I feel like I've slipped back into the warm bath because they're officially back in last place.
There you go.
And they'll stay there for the rest of the season, as they should.
Didn't they open up were they up in Detroit?
Yes,
I believe
they were.
Opened up the Tigers' home stretch, home season
right.
there. And they lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
Tigers have been hot, though. I mean, what can you say?
No, they're in last place, too. Everybody in the AL Central, last place. I know that's not technically possible, but it is.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how much things cost. This has nothing to do with the Wall Street issues. I'm talking about
groceries?
Football. No. I know how much that costs.
Beautiful word.
I'm talking about football. So Trey Lance. Remember him?
I remember
him.
Yeah, I do remember him.
He started like 3 games in his entire career. But one of the all-time busts.
What was he, a number 3 pick for the Niners?
3, 2, something like that.
He was up there. Yeah.
They traded a lot to get him. Anyway, I mean, you had Dak Prescott hurt last year. He couldn't even see the field because Cooper Rush was thought to be a better option.
It's unbelievable.
Than Trey Lance. Anyway, Trey Lance has reached an agreement today with the Chargers. So Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
The Chargers obviously already have Justin Herbert. They also have Taylor Heineke, who's thought to be their backup quarterback. So Trey Lance will be coming in as a third quarterback. But they're paying him $6.2 million. Wow.
It's wild, though, the amount of money they're giving quarterbacks these days.
$6.2 million for Trey Lance.
Who just got signed as a quarterback? Am I wrong that Geno Smith just signed a deal?
Yes, Geno got an extension with the Raiders, 2 years, $75 million.
You just read that like that was perfectly normal to say.
I'm just telling you.
No, I know, but how much of that is guaranteed? Isn't it like,
I think the first 30,
is it 30
something million?
40? I'm just saying, Geno Smith is getting a 2-year deal, average value of over $35 million.
Yeah, but Tom Brady is there. No, he's going to whisper at
I understand.
him.
I'm pointing out that when we hear these numbers like, oh my gosh, they paid this third-string quarterback $6 million. Yeah, that seems really dumb, and I don't know why they're doing that. Also, have you seen what they're paying other guys who are Geno Smith, fine, decent quarterback, nobody's future at quarterback, but he can get you some quality starts and give you a chance to win. But they're paying him, if all goes according, $70 million for 2 years.
All right, there's another thing in sports that I absolutely cannot understand, and I've had Teddy try and explain it to me, and he's bad at it, but I'll have him try again. That's coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got construction causing an hour delay if you need to travel on westbound 70 on the west side near Hilliard Rome Road. And there's a 10-minute slowdown on southbound 71 on the north side between 161 and I-70. This report is paid for by Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose. Want to make a difference and help ensure Ohio's primary election is secure and accessible? Serve as a poll worker on May 6th by signing up at voteohio.gov. You'll even be paid for your service. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Look, there's feelings, and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane, manual tasks, the fact is, you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
We're catching up with that famous deep-sea explorer, Jacques Black-Jacques. Jacques, where are you today?
In Columbus, how?
You're in Columbus. What could you possibly be exploring in Columbus?
The April showers bring flooding to Batmans.
Oh, I see. Spring rains mean basements are flooding.
This not necessary. Apex Pros.
Not necessary. Call Apex Pros.
A simple zoom pump check.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble understanding this. Zoom pump check. Sump pump check. Are you saying sump pump check?
Oui.
Yes, of course. Sump pump check from the pros who knows at Apex Pros.
They come to your house.
They come to your house.
They test your zoom pump.
They test your, what is it again?
Zoom pump.
Some pump, right.
All with a 5-star guarantee.
All with a 5-star guarantee. Now, see, I understood that perfectly.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Skyline nachos are back, and now there's a spicy version. Get them with Skyline's cheddar or habanero cheese, topped with fiery jalapeno slices. But hurry, Skyline's regular and new spicy nachos are only at participating restaurants for a limited time.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify. There's nothing like having Common Man and T-Bone resting on your bosom.
Oh, for someone with no breasts, you've done very well for yourself.
Gross. Pick up the latest T-shirt in the fan store or pick up merch from a show you actually like. We even have Ohio State and jacket stuff. Head to 971thefan.com.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Light winds, cloudy skies, and a couple of showers, but not bad temperature-wise on this Friday. Right around 60 degrees. Overnight, we'll fall back down to the mid-50s. Very mild by morning, but still a chance of a leftover shower. A better chance of more late-day showers and possibly a few stronger thunderstorms later on Saturday afternoon and evening. Highs around 70 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
No Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Hey, it's Tool of the Week Friday. Send in your Twitter tools on X at Man and Bone 971 and on text 614-787-3093. T-Bone's going to sell you something.
Well, man, if you've sat by your window and maybe you felt a little bit of, in the colder nights, maybe you felt a little cool air seeping through those windows and thought, that can't be good. I'm paying to heat this place, and now I'm feeling a cold little draft in my windows. That might be because you don't have high-quality windows. You need to get better windows like the energy-efficient windows that Window Nation has. They are built to protect your home with top-quality insulation and seals. They have some of the best insulated windows you can buy at Window Nation. And right now, they got a great sale. Get 4 windows free with every 4 you buy. Plus, you can get 0% interest, 0 payments for 2 years, pay nothing until 2027, and a free entry door when you buy a house full of windows. These are windows that can help save you money on your energy bills if you go through Window Nation. So call them today, 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com.
Come to my window.
Sure. Sing about that out of Melissa your brand new window.
Etheridge.
Your gal.
I do enjoy a little Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Good singing.
What's the name of the album that I like, Teddy? So it's a brown one.
Ted,
brown.
Do you know what's in his head? The album that he likes. You know what I mean?
No, the
How
one,
do you not know that,
one that's
Ted?
got Come to My Window on it. What's the name of the album? It's got a bunch of good songs on there.
Is it Yes, I Am?
Yes, I Am.
Yes,
and I want
it
to say
is.
the follow-up to that's called Dirty Little Secret. But
No, Your Little Secret.
Your Little Secret.
Little secret.
You added the dirty.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm just a
isn't that
dirty
All American
F.
Rejects? I'll keep you my dirty little secret. I think that's a
you're
different
probably
song
right.
you're thinking of there.
Talk dirty to me?
Oh yeah, Jason Derulo.
No, Poison.
Oh, different Talk Dirty to Me. That's right. Pour Some Sugar on Me, not Poison.
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard.
That's right.
One-armed drummer. Still got arrested for beating his wife, though.
I didn't know that.
Hey, they don't like to be
That's no
treated any
good.
differently than anybody else. All right, you've tried hard enough, you can do anything, including beating your wife with just one arm.
I don't think that is truly
That's a good
the
message for the kids out there.
I think that is what we want to send the message to.
You can do everything that a fully abled person can do. She runs her trapper, and you just whack her. That's what I say.
Is it ableist to eliminate someone with one arm from domestic abuse? Like a domestic abuse suspect. If there's a list of 5 people, you're like, well, that one can. Look, he's only got one arm. That would be ableist. You don't want to do that. You can't eliminate him. And it turns out that was right because he was the one doing it.
By the way, I don't agree with any of that. Don't send me stuff.
Don't hit people.
No, actually, you know what I got in trouble for?
What'd you get in trouble
It was
for?
a couple years back. I didn't get in trouble. I just had one idiot yell at me.
Oh, okay.
It was a couple years back where that guy, the one-armed drummer, Teddy, what's his name? Def Leppard, one-armed drummer.
Yeah,
Esquire.
Jim
the third.
Something.
Well, you got a computer up there, don't you?
So do we. Hang on.
I'm talking. I can't do two things at the same time. I can't type and talk.
Hang on.
What are we doing?
It's is it Rick Allen? No.
Rick Allen, my guy in NASCAR, Rick Allen.
It says here.
Yeah, that's his name.
That's his name, Rick Allen.
Rick Allen. There you go.
Anyway,
Richard Allen.
Richard Allen. Sorry.
So he was outside of a hotel, motel, something, and a group of people just beat the living hell out of him. Obviously, it was some sort of robbery. It was an assault. It was terrible. But I said at the time, I said, it's a little bit of karma for beating your wife up.
Well, fair enough.
But then people yelled at me for that.
Why?
Because it's mean.
It's mean to say that don't be a domestic abuser, and if you do, and later on in an unrelated crime, you get a little taste of your own medicine. We don't feel bad for you.
He repented, though. We shouldn't hold that against him.
Okay.
That's what I'm told.
No, again,
that's what Herbie said.
I can believe that you've repented, but I also don't have to forget that what you did, that's different.
Teddy, can you explain something to me? So the PGA Tour and the LIV and the PIF and the... I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
All right, I really don't. The PGA Tour wants to merge with PIF, but I guess PIF is stuck on... PIF? We got to keep LIV, we got to keep team golf, and I guess for the PGA, that is a non-starter.
Teen golf?
Team golf is very important.
Team. I thought you were saying like Teen Vogue. Like Tiger Beat.
Teen Wolf.
All right, team golf.
I'd watch some team golf.
With teammates.
Yes,
I understand.
Team golf.
Yes, okay.
Sources confirmed to ESPN that the PGA Tour has rejected the PIF's most recent offer to invest $1.5 billion into PGA Tour enterprises. So PIF, who runs LIV, they want to keep LIV separate. They also want the head honcho guy. What's his name?
Which organization are we talking about? The PGA?
Rick Allen.
Yeah, Rick Allen. Pour some sugar on me.
The head of the PIF guy also wants to have, be the chairman of PGA.
Oh.
Yes.
Because Jay Monahan is gone?
No, he's still there.
He's still there. Okay, never mind.
Al Rumian.
Okay, sure.
Rumian. Him too.
Okay.
Teddy, explain this to me, please.
I don't understand any of it. What's going on?
I think it's kind of simple. The PGA Tour, they're like, yeah, we'd like to have the stars that we lost back. And the LIV guys were like, hey, we got this money. We're going to infuse it into the PGA Tour. We're going to come back. And PGA Tour was like, yeah, that sounds great. We'll make this happen. But then the LIV guys were like, well, we kind of still want to keep our own thing going. You guys can have your thing, and maybe we can work something out in between. But PGA Tour is like, no, it's just our tour, and that's it. Those guys have to come back, and we all play together. We get the $1.5 billion, and we're all happy. And LIV says, no, that's not how it is. So it looks like
I understand, but this seems like a pretty big non-starter from the get-go.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they announced that they were going to do a deal, and this was years ago they were going to do a deal.
Yeah, I don't know where the confusion came in. You think, this was the number one thing to begin with, maybe the PGA Tour kind of led them on or something and thought they would change. It was like, when a couple gets married and the guy's like, no, I don't want to have kids, and the wife is like, all right, yeah, that's fine, but then down the relationship, the wife's
poking holes in the condom.
The wife's
what are we doing?
Wife's like, hey, I want to have kids now, and the guy's like,
sounds like something that's happened to Teddy.
No, I get what you're saying though, Ted. It's that sometimes
bad analogy.
Sometimes people try to make something work that isn't destined to work because they don't tell the whole truth.
Yeah.
Or they just try to.
They'll change their mind after.
Yeah,
a while.
we'll get them over here. They'll see.
They'll see it our way.
Right.
Yeah, you'll see that this is the way golf should be played.
Hasn't
Liv was
happened.
like, no, we're not doing that. And
boy, I tell you what. So Liv, let's be clear. Liv has events that no one watches.
Yes,
they have all their I feel like almost all their high profile players have some little like either an unnamed source or a named source saying they hate it there and they regret the decision mightily. The ratings for this they're abysmal.
Nothing. Yeah.
They also in 2023 reportedly lost $400 million in operating losses.
That's incredible.
And they are, if they were saying we want Live Golf to never be associated with the PGA, we want Live Golf to be its own standalone operation. We think we want to bankrupt the PGA. We want it to go out of business. That's what Live Golf's message is. Then all that we just said wouldn't matter, right? The golfers wanting out, the bank or the nobody watching, losing $400 million, because they would say, yeah, but eventually when we build this thing, it'll be great. But they are saying they want to partner with the PGA, and the hiccup is, yeah, but we don't want to like lose what Live is. Live is nothing. It is nothing. Yeah. It is awful. No one likes it. Even the guys who play on it don't like it. And yet you're insisting that unless you let Live stand by itself with its golfers, they will never do this deal.
Yeah. The big thing with this from the start was these guys kind of wanted the golfers that left to go to the Live Tour. They wanted to play less events, make more money, have more control over their own imaging and stuff like that. So that's why they went there, to begin with. So yeah, some of them may want to come back to the tour, but they'd probably like the tour to tweak things so they don't have to play as many events on the PGA Tour and have control of a lot of their likeness and stuff like that.
Who's one of the most prominent? Is it Brooks Koepka?
Yeah, he's the guy, yeah.
Good news, Brooks, the 37,000 people that are watching a Live Golf event over like a 3-day weekend, they now know you have full control over your image whenever it's on TV.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Glad you got that. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. Have fun with it. So dumb.
That was Mickelson's whole thing, right?
He started that, yes.
Yeah. Just, I don't.
It's just astonishing to me. Hey, we got a deal done. How close are you? Not at all.
Well, I would have thought
we've introduced ourselves.
I would have thought the PIF part of this too would be like, we would like to invest in the PGA, and the PGA maybe a few years ago was like, hey, we don't want to take your money. Sorry, we're not.
They were all ready to take the investment
money. What I'm
money.
saying is, no, I'm saying initially when Liv got announced, maybe that was the play was let's build Liv into a thing, get a little legitimacy, and then the second the PGA goes, all right, what do you want to do? Then you get to become an investor in the PGA. You get to even maybe kind of take it over and have a hostile takeover situation. But then you would think that would be the plan. Now the PGA seems ready to let them kind of do that. Call it the PGA, bring all your golfers back, get all that nice, sweet cash. All you have to do is just say Live Golf kind of doesn't matter anymore. And that's the hill the PIF is willing to die on.
I guess.
I don't understand.
If there's one thing, let's see how self-aware we are. Because I'm going to ask my wife when I get home. If there's one thing, if your wife had a magic wand that she could change about you, what would it be?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Taller.
Taller?
When she wears heels, she's a little taller than me. She would like me to be like 6 feet, so then she could wear heels.
Oh, okay.
And it wouldn't affect that. That would be the change, I think.
Yeah.
Nothing. No weight loss. No like hair.
No, I don't think my wife would pick weight loss.
Okay.
I think she would just want me to, because the arguments that we don't have a lot of arguments, but the ones that we do have, it's because she comes and tells me something that she says she wants my response to or advice on or thoughts, whatever. And then I give her those thoughts, and they're wrong.
Yeah,
I would say, you don't want to talk to me. You want to look in a mirror and have a conversation. So I think the one thing she would change about me, many things, but if she was limited to one, it would just be that I smile and agree
with
everything she says.
Yeah, there you go.
Teddy, what's the one thing your wife would change about you?
probably try to make me more, I was going to say, like, less robotic and more human.
Oh, that's good. Have emotions?
Yeah.
Feel things?
Yeah.
Ted, what do you do?
I wish they didn't say I love you to me.
You walk in the house and she's like, hey, Ted, how was your day? He's like, fine, female woman. How are you doing? What are you doing over there, Ted?
Ted's never cried in his whole life.
What's this salty discharge?
Red Robin, food, go, now hungry. You, me, together, in car.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Pass me a cigarette. Ooh. Ooh, Ocho.
That washing machine looking attractive. I am a machine.
Tool of the week. Coming up in 2 minutes. Cow Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 10-minute delay due to a disabled semi that's on the left shoulder of westbound 670 at 315. It is stop and go from International Gateway. And there's also a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between 33 and Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $84 on select sets of Ford Nokian tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends April 15th. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, three-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining Life Search to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to lifesearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. Life Search featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit lifesearch.com today.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone present Tool of the Week.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
Hey, the best tool gets a prize that Teddy didn't give me, so I don't know what it is. Teddy, what is the prize?
$50 gift card to Pecan Penny.
Pecan Pennies.
There we go.
Home of soccer and TVs.
They got a wall of TVs, man.
They got all kinds of good stuff.
Pants fly
Dead
off.
inside Teddy.
Is that, robotic Ted.
Mm-hmm.
Robotic
Right.
Panama Ted.
From the burner phone.
Yeah.
My guys.
The length of the cocks is long.
My tool of the week is my car's media software. Whenever I listen to the Man and Bone podcast in the car, it displays information about the podcast alongside the genre of the podcast.
Sure.
For whatever reason, my car has decided that the Man and Bone podcast is in the urban genre.
Okay.
And displays a stock photo of two stylishly dressed black women next to the title of the show.
Nice. All right.
Congrats on being a strong voice for the inner city.
That's great.
I take great pride in that.
Well, maybe it also heard us talking about Ohio State football many years ago and thought, oh, Urban Meyer is what we were talking about, but it just somehow it processed Urban, and that was where it went.
Tool of the week is Common Man for not adding that George's Pizza adds Tootsie Rolls to the hot pizza box, making a warm treat when you finish your pie.
I didn't know that.
Upside being, what a surprise, GTH. Yes, they do. George's Pizza in Shawnee Hills.
Well, now I'm getting hungry.
Little Tootsie Rolls in there.
I'm getting very hungry. Big Billy Style says, my fool guys.
It's a game of inches. Ask the Cox.
My tool of the week is you guys. I was on vacation last week in Florida. Must be nice. And whilst walking on the boardwalk, We Built This City was playing over the speakers. Mm-hmm. I proceeded to sing Rib City in my head for the next 4 hours until I went to sleep. It's good. I like that. I'm sorry that we were in your head like that. By the way, listener Callie tweeted us. I had said something about her being a Braves fan and how she's sad because they're 0 for this year. Said, I'm at the Braves home opener. They're playing the Marlins. I've seen Mariners, Phillies, Devil Rays, and Cardinals jerseys. I don't know why. Yeah, those are tools. What are you wearing those? Is that who's playing? No, I don't think so.
Tool of the week is the high school teacher who tried to pay a student to kill her husband.
Huh?
Is that locally here? I feel like I missed that story.
I didn't hear about it if it was. This is referencing Cucho Hernandez, okay?
Yeah.
Former crew player who apparently a little dry skin issue. Itchy Cucho says, my guys.
Dude, I crushed you in the cleans and I crushed you in the snatch.
I am my own tool of the week. I spent weeks submitting tools to the burner phone only to figure out last week I've been using the wrong number. Now I've wasted an hour at work trying to come up with a handle that will rival the different parts of Emma Watson. That's right. Well, Itchy Cucho, thank you for your tweet.
No, go ahead.
No.
My guys.
The great coaches that we have at
Michigan. Tools of the week, Common Man and T-Bone, not for playing an April Fool's prank on us, but for playing an April Fool's prank on yourselves, torturing yourselves, memorizing and repeating an entire show, which included having to watch and listen to one of your own shows twice. Mm-hmm. Great job. The one time you elephant dongs actually put some effort into a show and nobody listened. That's good. It's funny. I like it.
That's good. Asian Brownie Sports Fan 513 says, my guys.
They're all going to laugh at you.
My tool of the week are the Reds bats. After scoring 14 against Texas on Monday, since they've been shut out 3 straight times, 1-0, becoming the first team since the 1960 Phillies to have that happen. I'm trying to be patient and have faith in Tito since it's early. Yeah, I mean, you may need the Tito or you may need the Titos, depending on how it goes. Jordan says, my guys.
You need a Hummer?
Tool of the week is Arby's. Every order I get curly fries, but they keep mixing in a few crinkle fries and fries. They sprinkle in another 1 to 2 each time. This time I got 5. Enough. They better never take the curly fries away like the KFC wedges. Hashtag curly fry or die.
You think they're doing that on purpose? Like, well, let us tempt you.
No. Well, you never
know. Here's a free sample of a crinkle.
I would never put it past corporate America not to do something like that. Like, hey, we're not selling enough crinkle fries. Start sprinkling them into the curlies and see what people do.
My guys. Man, you are the tool of the week. Congrats on the April Fool's joke. I know how much effort and energy you put into it. If only you put that much energy and effort into giving us the focaccia recipe.
Oh,
Hashtag GTH.
Oh, buddy, that's right.
I'll do it someday.
When you watch Star Wars, you'll do it. Anon says, my friendly neighborhood Zudong aficionados.
I want me some glory hole.
My tool of the week is me. I've missed almost 3 weeks of shows, and my mental state is suffering a resurgence of normality that I, quite frankly, do not approve of. I'll try to do better. Thank you, Anon. BG says, my repeaters.
I got bronchitis.
Tool of the week is Ticketmaster and their stupid fees. Spring game tickets are almost double the price after those are slapped on. Secondary tool that needs to be said from time to time is food blog / recipe websites. Hashtag GTH.
My guys. My tools of the week are little kids' parents. All of them. Took our granddaughter to the zoo and to a petting zoo a few weeks later. Little kids cutting in front of her for everything and parents just sitting on their phones, not watching, not caring. When they finally do, kids just ignore them when asked to let others have a turn. Then after 5 minutes, they thank their children for being so good. Be a parent and grow a set. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree, too.
We need more shame in life. And that includes shaming your own kids. I shame mine every day. She's ashamed to be alive.
Okay. There you go. Maybe back that off like 10%. Man and Bone Archive says, my guys.
Some early onions.
My tool of the week is deceptive labeling. I'm looking at the nutrition label on a jar of pickle spears. Well, there's your first problem right there. Why the F is the serving size approximately 3/4 of a spear?
Ridiculous.
GTH, hashtag give me the whole frickin' spear.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, of course. This one from Monotone Moonbeam, who says, my April stools.
Chubby time!
My tool of the week is you all. 30 minutes into the April 1st podcast, I turned it off and deleted it, thinking that once again, 97.1 can't get a podcast right. I almost sent a DM to Teddy, telling him I was going to violate his dogs and slap Axl Rose out of anger. That would have made you mad, Teddy. Luckily, I listened to the 4-2 podcast, the April 2nd podcast, and found I was April Fooled for the first time in decades. Well done, April Tools.
Sniffy says, my Big John studs.
Chubby time!
No, I just did that one.
Fills in the cracks and gaps.
My tool of the week is T-Bone's appendix.
Yeah.
Since T-Bone's pizza-filled appendix decided to stop working, we were stuck listening to Tito's blathering pie hole spew mind-numbing incoherent thoughts that made me want to shower with a toaster.
Oh.
He says also, great band name, Shower with a Toaster.
I like, yeah, that's right.
Hashtag Teddy is Kingies.
Teddy is Kingies, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Nut Guy Butt says, my guys.
Oh, yes.
My tool of the week is Mike for not getting Bones' a cappella rendition of Madonna's song Music yesterday.
I'm sorry.
While he did sound like a teenager whose voice had just started to change, it was clear what he was going for. I mean, the music video featured Ali G, Borat himself, hashtag GTH.
I'm not a big Madonna fan.
No?
I'm sorry.
You know she had a song called Like a Virgin.
I'm aware
Are you
of
aware
that.
of that? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if you knew.
We could not watch that in the house.
Oh.
The music video had crosses burning.
Oh, that would be.
Oh, was that? No, that wasn't Like a Virgin.
What was
Like
that?
A
Virgin. I don't know.
There was
which
one video that she had that had crosses burning, and my grandmother walked in and smacked me right in the head.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I don't blame her. Yeah, that's not good.
It was like a prayer.
Like
a prayer. That's right,
Yeah,
Teddy.
just like a prayer.
Not living on a prayer. They would
Thank
never
you
do
there.
that.
Let's see here. This is from the Greedy Ballsman, who says, my guys.
Oh, yes.
I suck at this today.
Oh, no.
There we go. My tool of the week is the person who's been parking in front of my lovely girlfriend's house. Their car stereo has enough bass to rattle her windows. This bass hole, as we call them, starts blaring his music between 6:30 and 7 a.m.,
Ridiculous.
making sleep all but impossible. Hashtag bass hole. That's no good.
It's rude. All right,
What a
pick
tool.
winner.
You know what? That's it right there. That's a tool right there. Greedy Ballsman. Congrats on winning the tool of the week. Way to go.
They're my guys, always my guys. They're my guys, always my guys.
Great editing. Just harsh.
Oh,
Just
harsh.
a harsh out.
Yeah.
Who won?
Greedy Ballsman.
Congratulations, Ballsman. You've won a $50 gift card to Pecan Pennies. Enjoy yourself. Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got slower traffic that's causing a 15-minute delay on southbound 71 on the north side between 161 and I-70. And expect a 10-minute delay due to a disabled semi that's blocking the right lane on southbound 270 on the east outer belt after I-70. This report is paid for by Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose. Want to make a difference and help ensure Ohio's primary election is secure and accessible? Serve as a poll worker on May 6th by signing up at voteohio.gov. You'll even be paid for your service. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more locally grown goodness to life with a farm-fresh selection of crisp vegetables and juicy, ready-to-eat fruit. Whether topping off kebabs on the grill or adding healthy color to a leafy green salad, your family will definitely enjoy the delicious taste of Meijer produce. Plus, you'll appreciate the selection and savings we have to offer. That's the fresh-picked good life, priced for real life. We work hard to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye-level quality. We train hard and treat every day like game day. We're always quick, but never rushed. And you can stay in your car while our experts do the work. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit valvoline.com/Buckeyes to find your nearest location and access exclusive fan savings.
Look, there's feelings, and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is, you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business, and that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
You can catch all the Final Four action on 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fans HD2.
Live coverage from San Antonio starts Saturday at 4.
Your home of the Final Four. 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I always have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood. It's luscious. I swear by two things, water and Weed Man. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will make sure your lawn is weed-free and looking gorgeous. Of course, they get rid of weeds, but they also do aeration, mosquito control, grub control, crabgrass prevention, and flea and tick control for your four-legged friends. For a free quote, give them a call, 614-733-3747, weedmanusa.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Spring into a new vehicle at Crown Automotive Group of Dublin.
Luxury, power, and adventure, all waiting for you.
Explore our vast selection of exquisite Mercedes-Benz, the all-new rugged Ineos Grenadier, and the powerful lineup of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram vehicles. Crown Automotive Group in Dublin is the only dealership in Columbus awarded a J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. Visit Crown Automotive Group of Dublin on Perimeter Drive in Dublin.
Or online at crowncarsdublin.com.
Crown Automotive Group, the better way to buy.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. Timmy is out. Tito is here. How you doing, my friend?
I am doing very well. I didn't copy last night's show as a joke again today. I thought that'd be overdoing it. You know me. I don't like to overdo things.
I've seen you twice today.
Yeah.
We had a meeting earlier. Mm-hmm. You were in it.
Yep.
Now I see you again.
Bonus.
I don't like it.
You don't like seeing me twice?
No, just one time.
Okay, well, if I would have stuck around all day, though, I would have probably bothering you over in the office area there. That would have been worse.
I just saw Austin Ward out there, who's hosting with you tonight.
But
he was just making me abreast of his situation.
Making you abreast?
It was abreasting me.
You had me abreast.
Keeping you abreast.
Keeping me abreast.
Making
and
you
then I
abreast.
whipped out my breast.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Making abreast.
Yeah. All right.
Is he allowed to talk about that on the show tonight, or is it?
He put out a statement.
I don't think we should.
There's a statement out there. Go read the statement.
He put a statement out on social media.
Okay. Yeah.
But did you see Tyvis out there?
I didn't see anybody because I didn't leave.
Is he supposed to be out there?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was me and Tyvis from 6 to 8 and Austin with me from 6 to 7. It's a 2-hour show.
Oh.
No, I haven't seen Tyvis.
Could be an hour Tito then.
He's going to walk in here and be like, I was
he
here.
Been here by now. He would have been here by now.
No, he'll be here.
I have faith in Tyvis.
He's big time in us is what he's doing.
I'm sure.
He's eating a loaf of bread in the car.
He's keeping
crying.
Yes.
He's blogging about how pizza's overrated. Doesn't like it.
Juice diet lasted all of a day.
Yeah, of course it did.
That's all he's going to do.
What's coming up on the show tonight?
Obviously, Austin Ward. We got Pat Murphy on Beers and Buckeyes with Pat Murphy. We do our Power 5, the College Ball Pulse, and we've got some Buckeye coaching news. Nothing significant, just like a poll that came out, though, and some weird stuff happening with how NIL is distributed across colleges, across universities.
Are you talking about the Cal situation?
No, not the Cal situation in the College Ball Pulse, but just like how the way the money's being distributed and how some people are not happy about it, like the women's basketball coaches, the elite ones, Dawn Staley being one of them, thinks there should be more money going towards them. That's what it is.
You know what we can do? I mean, T-Bone's brought this up a million times, and it seems to fix all the problems. Sign these people to contracts.
Yes.
Then you solve the problem.
My number one solution.
And you know what? People said have it written in there that if you leave, you've got to pay back a certain amount of money. If you do not stay for the length of the contract, if you sign a 2-year deal and want to transfer or whatever, then you've got to pay back some of that money.
Well, you know what? Then
a buyout like coaches have.
Then you can do a buyout, and then if a booster wants to pay your buyout, then so be it. But at least that money comes back, and then you can use it to get some replacements. I will just add, when I was at Ohio State, I went there for 1 year.
Look at you.
And then didn't graduate.
Look at you.
And now you're next to me.
That's right, Tito. But when I was there,
life choices.
I worked at the OSU ticket office.
Okay.
And I mean, this is so long ago, but this is when we had paper tickets, you know, and you would actually like print them out, put them in envelopes, send them off to people, all that stuff.
What a dinosaur.
I know. But one of the things we did was we had the student passes that you would have to come and pick up so you could get into the football games if you bought a student ticket. So on the day when that was able to be done, we had a big note that said, do not let any OSU football players pick up their student tickets. They're not allowed to buy them. That is not a thing. They obviously aren't going to use them.
Right.
And they didn't want anybody reselling them or whatever. So who sachets up to my booth as I'm working at the ticket window with ID in hand?
Art Schleicher.
Nope. Even worse.
Worse than Art Schleicher.
Craig Krenzel.
Oh, well, that's not worse than Art Schleicher. That's just different. Say worse. Art Schleicher is a gambling idiot drug dude.
Like I said.
And you said Craig Krenzel's worse.
That's right.
He's also
and
in
you
charge.
know what? I stand by that.
Craig Krenzel's a saint.
I stand by that.
He's a saint.
He's also in charge of my insurance. But this is when I wasn't working here. I didn't know Craig from Adam, but I knew.
Look, if we have Adam and Craig next show, you would know which one Craig is.
I knew he was because
without the fig.
I'm a big Buckeye fan, so I obviously knew the roster. I knew who he was. I believe also former wide receiver Drew Carter was there too. They both came together, if memory serves. And I'm like, I kind of gave him a look, and I was like, hey, how's it going, Craig Krenzel? He's like, hey, how are you? And I was like, don't worry about it. And I just gave him the tickets.
Look at you.
Oh, yeah.
You were given clear instructions.
Oh, yeah.
You were given clear instructions. Don't let the players come and scalp their tickets illegally. You could have gotten the whole season ruined.
Now, vacated wins. 0-2 is now gone.
Here's what I'm saying.
Thank you, T-Bone.
I was getting paid. Why was I going to stand in the way of someone else getting paid for what they were doing in college? I wasn't. I don't even. He probably just gave it to one of his relatives or something anyway.
No, that's how he bought his first house.
Yeah. For the first 7 years of my first marriage, the largest picture in our house was of Craig Krenzel.
Really?
With my youngest son, with Thomas. Yeah, there's a picture we met where we met him at an auto dealership after the national championship, and we had it blown up a little, but it was like the biggest picture of our house for a long time.
And then he would go to school and say, "This is my real dad."
And you know what? Hey, by the way, my current youngest son looks a lot like Bobby Carpenter. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get DNA test on. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to know the answer.
Hey, Dad, can I have some milk? Pass a Pop-Tarts, please.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Back Page, hit it.
T-Bone. Yeah, there you go. So David Beckham has 2 adult sons, and they are apparently feuding. Beefing, as you might say. 2 of his sons. That's Brooklyn and Romeo Beckham, the 2 boys. They're grown. Apparently, Romeo Beckham is dating a woman named Kim Turnbull. Well, Kim had a romantic connection with Brooklyn several years ago. Now she's dating brother Romeo.
That could be a problem.
Apparently, that's water under the bridge. Brooklyn is married to Nicola Peltz. Sources say the issue at hand is that couple questions whether Kim has the right intentions in dating Romeo. So because this has been brought up, apparently Brooklyn Beckham and Romeo Beckham now are arguing with each other. So much so that when David Beckham had his 50th birthday party not too long ago, there was a nice picture. Everybody's in tuxedos and evening gowns and very nice. Whole family's there except for Brooklyn and Nicola. Brooklyn skipped his dad's 50th birthday.
Brooklyn's a dude?
Yeah, Brooklyn and Romeo are both dudes.
Okay.
And they're the sons. So anyway, and apparently they have been told, the family has been told that Brooklyn and Nicola will not be present at any public family events where Kim is attending.
Romeo's
Romeo
I feel like we don't hear enough about.
What's that?
Brooklyn Decker.
Good call.
Yeah. Remember, she was on the scene. And I think she married Andy Roddick, right?
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Moved to Texas, and she's sort of retired from public life. But I'll tell you what,
she kind of disappeared.
Tell you what.
Well, you got lost in a thought there, didn't you, buddy?
Yep, I did.
Really got
You know what? I know what you're going to say, but I agree. I think you're probably right about that.
Well, then I got to change my opinion. Buckeye Show, what?
I changed mine too.
Buckeye Show's next. We'll see you next week. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch out for an accident that's blocking 2 lanes on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt before 33. And we've got some slower traffic that's causing a 10-minute delay on westbound 70 on the east side between Miller Avenue and the 71 East Split. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Hey, Ohio State fans, while others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye-level quality. And you can stay in your car while their experts do the work. Drive in today. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring champions of faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, 3-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, 2-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining Life Search to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to lifesearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. Life Search featuring champions of faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit lifesearch.com today.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle and Market District. Find everyday savings and bargains on produce, meat, and more. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting long-term lower prices. With our weekly sales, deals for days promotions, and My Perks loyalty program, Giant Eagle helps make the most out of every shopping trip. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle and Market District today to see how easy it is to save.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. So what's the difference? There are other Honda dealers around. Well, Rich Newsom and his team want to earn your trust. They don't expect it, and they earn it by giving you a great price, and then they back it up after the sale. With same-day service, no appointment necessary, a great variety of brand new Hondas, and hundreds of pre-owned certified Hondas to choose from, all at the same location. Identify yours at GermainHondaofDublin.com. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Picture this. You walk into a Tim Hortons and get a warm toasted English muffin or a buttery biscuit layered with fluffy fresh cracked eggs, melty cheese, and savory sausage or bacon. Now imagine that breakfast sandwich for just $3 when you buy any size coffee, hot or cold, because when you're running on empty, you want a breakfast that does more than just fills you up. So start your morning with Tim's, because you deserve a breakfast that's as good as your day is going to be. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer valid only during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Additional terms apply.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay